to The Executive's View, the sports podcast where the stakes are high and the debates are fierce. Please welcome your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, alongside co-host Barry DeVille Jordan. Each week, we bring you into the boardroom where the elite minds of sports converge. From the gridiron strategies to the business behind the ball, we tackle the hard-hitting questions and give you an insider's perspective. So pull up a chair and join us at the table where champions are made and legends are born. This is The Executive's View. Let's get down to business.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Executive's View. This is the view from on top, man. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with the executives, and I do appreciate that. You guys know how I get down. If you see the show, share the show. We're all over the place, man. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok. We're doing big things in big places, and definitely want to take everybody along for the journey. I got the band back together again, man. It's good to see everybody, man. I don't do this by myself. Villains in the building. What's going on, my guy? Welcome back. How we doing, sir?
I'm good, man. It's good to see everybody, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I see Coach with his hat on. He's in like spring football mode already. Lord have mercy. It was good to see everybody, man. Good to see
yes,
you.
sir. Coach is in the building. What's going on, Coach? How we doing, sir?
What's going on? I'm ready to get after. This is actually my watching NXT hat. So I guess I got this on right.
My man got an NXT watch hat. You know what? I love this guy so freaking much. Larry's in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Yo, what's the deal, fellas, man? Hey, Coach, I thought you was over there rocking LSU at first. I was about to say, wait a minute.
Actually, since I know we're gonna be talking a lot of football, this is an Orlando City FC hat. So it's like it's a football hat.
Oh, football.
I got you. Last but not least, man, the OG's in the building. CK, what's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
I'm all right. Larry mad at me about his rebuilding Niners. I think Steve finally stopped being mad at me because he came back to the show. So
You know what he did? Serious. Like when Randy Orton came back at the Survivor Series, Steve wanted to be CM Punk, get the last pop. You know what I mean? Because I'm coming back off of my little hiatus, and then here comes.
That's crazy.
No. Full disclosure. Last week I had to go Joe Clark at the school board meeting. So it's like
Batman.
It's this wild times at my daughter's school. So it's like but let's get the
man.
Moose. Gee,
Crazy Steve. Used to call him Black Zach. Now they call him Crazy Steve.
you my phone is Black Zach. I ain't gonna hold you. He will forever be Black Zach to me, man. With that being said, gentlemen, I'm not gonna waste anybody's time. We got a lot to get to, man. Spring training is still in full effect. I would be remiss if we didn't start with Garrett Cole's Tommy John surgery. And in his 2025 campaign before I got started. I got Barry back in the building, man. Villain, talk to me, man. Where's your head at?
It sucks, man. The season didn't even get started, and he's out. I mean, it's crazy because they thought they could avoid it, right, guys? Mm-hmm. After last year, he did a little rehab and came back halfway through the year. It was a little bumpy, but he was excellent in the playoffs. And then, they thought they can kind of get around it, kind of like Masahiro Tanaka, guys. Remember, he had the same issue with his elbow, and he avoided surgery for that long. Pretty much his whole career. He's still pitching, right?
Yeah.
In Japan. So, Cole just couldn't avoid it, and it happens, man. It happens. So, the surgery is complicated, but this year for him is a wash. And it now in hindsight, thank God the Yankees, one did go after Max Fried really hard. It looked like an overpay at the time. Now it looks like a pretty good investment, And then you got them not trading off Marcus Stroman. So now you at least got a 4-man rotation. You'll figure out the fifth. I don't know if it's going to be Warren. I know Chandler. I know you don't like Warren as much. He's playing pretty well. He's pitching pretty well so far in spring training. But, you try to get to the trade deadline, and then, we'll see what goes from there. But as far as Cole, prayers up to him. He's a class act. I hope he gets back. But Yankees down in the hole, they're two big pieces. Garrett Cole and Stanton. Probably you won't see them this year.
Yeah, so I didn't even mention, Juan Carlos. We throw it over to the other Yankee fan real quick before I give my own opinion on the CK. Talking, my guy. Garrett Cole gone for the year, man. Where's your head at?
Well, Luis Hill is going to be gone for most of the year.
Yeah, it's half of the year.
Same injury that he's dealing with was Clark Schmidt dealt with.
Yes.
And he didn't make it back till September. If everybody remembers, he didn't make it back till damn near September. So you got two guys that are down. The thing with Warren is, I believe Warren profiles more as a reliever than he does a starter, because he doesn't have enough pitches yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really a two-pitch pitcher at this point. He say he has three, but he's really a two-pitch pitcher. And if Cashman waits until the deadline, it's gonna be a serious overpay. There are some. Listen, the Pirates have an abundance of pitching. Pirates need a first baseman. Okay, they need a first baseman in the worst damn way, because they're talking about signing Yasmani Grandal to play first base.
Mm-hmm.
There's a deal to be made. All right, because again, it's the Pirates, so there's a deal to be made. The Marlins, you can get somebody other than Alcantara. There's pitching out there, but again, Cashman wants to try to prove he's smarter than everybody, so he's going to wait too long, and then he's going to go get somebody that basically is an overpay that he could have gotten 2 months earlier for far less. But it is what it is with Cole. All these people scream about, we should trade Marcus Stroman because Marcus Stroman makes $17 million. Yeah, it's a good thing we didn't trade Marcus Stroman.
Right.
Carlos Carrasco, I think, can be serviceable for about 2 months. And then, he's only a 5-inning pitcher as it is right now. So I give him about 2 months before you're going to have to do something with him. And at that point, hopefully Chase Hampton will be back. And maybe there's got to be at least one guy in the system, because it happens with every team, who rises up that nobody expects to.
Mm-hmm.
So they should have more than enough. If Giancarlo does have the surgery, Anthony Rizzo doesn't have a team, Alex Verdugo doesn't have a team, that's a cheap bat that you can plug in a DH. So they have the ability to fill these holes, and it should not be any excuse as to why they shouldn't win. But we'll see what happens.
My man Aaron mentioned this a little bit ago. Will Warren right now could be a wild card. Right now, looking at the depth chart, he has him, at the 5 spot, cleaning up that rotation. Marcus Stroman, Clark, Carlos, and then Max, kind of rounding up the 5-man rotation. Villain, talk to me, man. You want to jump in there real quick?
Yeah, I wanted to double click on what Onk said, because I want to ask you something, because I was watching the spring training game, and Cashman was out there talking. He said there's not as many people out there right now available via trade or whatever than people are letting on to believe. Do you agree with that? I think I kind of see where that is, and I think Sirius, you sent the graphic too, or I think it was LG. The Yankees have one of the, not the worst, but they're in the 20th ranked for their farm system. So there's not a lot of assets to move to bring in a pitcher that they can, potentially have. Like, you don't want a frontline pitcher, but, I don't know if they have enough assets to make a, big trade. So,
the first thing that comes to mind for me is Walker Buehler, the dude from used to play with the Dodgers. I like him as a possible trade target. There's Ranger Suarez from the Phillies, who's still available for trade. You mentioned the Pirates, CK. Mitch Kelliger is a guy who I'm looking at, who's also part of the trade. So there are some names out here. So I respectively reject that idea that they're not pitchers to be had. The problem is, or the question is, at what price?
Well, that's the thing. Right. The Yankees, again, we've been saying this for years. Hal Steinbrenner, since he's taken over, has reset the goal. The goal is to only spend a certain amount of money and to hopefully make the ALCS. If they win a World Series, great, but Hal Steinbrenner is not willing to spend more than a certain amount of money. Okay? And this is a team, if you add in the network and everything else, it's close to $10 billion valuation. Right? So I don't want to hear you ain't got money to spend, Hal. You got the money, you don't want to. The guy, when he says, there's nobody available, it's because the guys he wants, no one's willing to trade, so that gives him the room to say, I couldn't make a trade. They wouldn't trade with me. Well, The Marlins aren't giving up Alcantara without a haul. Okay?
Right.
Yeah.
But you could go get Eric Fetty right now.
You get Fetty. You call Houston and pick up Farmer Valdez if you want to.
Bro,
Yeah.
you could give up Spencer Jones.
No, you couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't
give up
give up
Spencer Jones and go get Eric Fetty right now. You could give up Everson Pereira.
Thinking, brother.
You could give up Everson Pereira, and since he's never going to get to play here, George Lombard. Okay, and you can go get a solid number 2 starter from a couple of teams: Cubs, Brewers, Reds, Pirates, because the Pirates love screwing up and trading people where they shouldn't trade away.
Right.
Right. So I just gave you 4 teams.
Right.
But do you think the Yankees are looking for a number 1, number 2 guy, or are they looking for a back end guy?
No, they're looking for a frontline guy.
Looking for a frontline guy.
When you're looking for a frontline guy right now, you're not going to find one. But you don't need a frontline guy. You need a middle of the rotation start because the bullpen is strong. So all you need is a guy that's going to eat up innings. You need basically another Marcus Stroman. Somebody's going to eat up innings.
Yep.
That's what
right.
Yeah.
The Padres said that Dylan Cease isn't available. I wouldn't mind the Yankees going after Michael King. I think he's at $7-8 million this year.
Padres going to want 4 prospects for him. 4. Easy.
At least 4.
For King or Cease?
Both.
Yeah, for either or, because I mean that's the Padres' MO. The Padres are like, we'll give you whoever you want to, but boy, what we need in return.
Yeah,
we need at least 2 of your top 10 prospects. We need something else. We need a major league player, something like that. This is what the Padres do. The Padres will and deal. It's just like, are you willing to pay the price?
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I got I got the Astros knuckleheads in the building. I mentioned that guy, and they both had something to say. Larry, talk to me, man. Where's your head at?
I mean, I don't really care that Gary Cole's hurt. I'm glad he's hurt.
He's so evil.
Look, man. Hey, I'm glad he's hurt, man. Look, at the end of the day,
look, I'm not glad he's hurt, but it's like
I'm not shedding a tear either.
No, at least say that. You ain't gotta say you glad he's hurt, man.
Well, look, I told you, I gave y'all an alternative, man. It's like, look, man, get in the batting cage, work on his swing, DH next year, and then he'll work his way back. Look,
you got jokes.
For y'all solutions, man. Like Larry just hating. I'm trying to help y'all out a little bit. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it like this, man. Look, hey, whatever evil befalls my enemy, I'm not mad.
Here's the thing.
Hey,
Karma knows where you live. You just keep wishing that negative on us, Ricky Bobby. He's gonna come back and tap you on your shoulder.
Those are my wish at this point, brother. It is facts. It is facts.
No, it's like, have you seen the Astros roster, Mr. Simmons? Karma has already hit the Astros. It has hit the Astros hard. Jose Altuve is playing left field. That should tell you all you need to know about karma hitting the Astros.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll go here, right? And this is what I say. The Yankees are their own demise, right? Me and CK literally had CK was on the call. We had a whole conversation about it. The Yankees prioritize hitting too much.
Well, we don't
prioritize hitting. They don't prioritize.
They have been called the Bronx Bombers for how long? They're not called the Bronx Aces.
But you know what wins championships?
Flaherty was out there for the longest time. He wanted to pitch in New York. They didn't want to give him a contract. How would Flaherty look in that rotation right now?
Oh my God!
Yeah, bro. Think about it. The only time that in the last few years, the only time the Astros go after a pitcher, it has to be like a Gary Cole, like a big pitcher, when they really could sign, like you said, like a Flaherty, somebody who, if somebody goes down, he can pick up some innings, cover starts. But they are more obsessed with, we need more hitting. We don't need defensive guys. We need more hitting. We don't need.
Yeah, but somebody... I mean, they shelled out big money for Fried, Larry.
But I'm saying is that they could have got them both, and that's what I'm saying. Like a Fried, they will go after a big frontline starter like that, but they never go after the guy who can eat up innings, take a couple of starts. They prioritize hitting so much. Now you're sacrificing the rest of your team. And like I say, I just feel like it's their own fault. That's what they
But
prioritize.
they go after arms too. I mean, I look at it like it's a double-edged sword. Not a lot of people want to pitch in New York either.
Yeah, but
I mean,
when
it's pitch.
It's a tough park to pitch in, and not a lot of people embrace the challenge. I mean, I hate to be that cliche, like, oh, it's tough to play in New York and
Yeah, I
whatnot,
was,
but
I was about to say something. It's like, here it goes.
yeah, I
Everybody,
hate to
the
do that.
big lights of the
But it's
Bronx.
not about
No,
New York.
no,
Everybody can't handle it.
it's not.
Like,
It's not
not
about
about
the
New
big
York.
lights, though, Coach. More than we've signed big pitchers, and they've
Yes.
stunk, and they left here, and
Mhm.
they've done so much better. Ask Carl Pavano.
Would you
He's
like to
still
know
pitching.
why? Because the Yankees make guys pitch against what they do best.
Mhm.
Sonny Gray is the perfect example. Who, by the
Sure.
way,
Yeah.
Yankees now talking about. Sonny Gray was not a guy who threw a slider a lot. His slider was about his third or fourth best pitch. He used it in tight spots as like, oh, they ain't going to expect because I'm being throwing this. He got to the Yankees, they said slider, 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 slider. Oh, and when you're done throwing your slider, throw another slider.
No, it's not a slider.
Yeah,
It didn't
and
work out for him. That's the problem. Is they want guys to pitch against their best interests.
And was that? Could you blame Sanchez for that? Because he didn't work well with Sanchez.
That's the Yankees.
I don't think you have to blame Sanchez for that one, actually.
Yankees pitching philosophy as an organization.
No, I'm just asking.
Some teams prioritize fastball. Some teams change up. The Atlanta Braves. You're gonna throw a change up if you pitch for Atlanta. Okay. The Astros used to be
pitch whatever you good at.
Moved away
pitch
from
whatever you good at.
The Pirates are a high fastball, but no low fastball. The Yankees are sliders.
I ain't gonna say that, CK, because the Astros is like whatever your best pitch is, you throw that motherfucker.
Yeah, because we're talking about Garrett Cole, and when Garrett Cole was here in Pittsburgh, like the pitching coach here was like it was like a big pitch to contact thing. It's like we're good enough in the field to where it's like just pitch, to get the guys to ground out. When he got to Houston, like Britt Strom was like, "How about you strike everybody out? Like you have this beautiful arm. How about you just throw it past everybody?" Like, how about instead of like pitching to contact and letting the infield clean it up, how about you just go out there and strike everybody out? And then, I mean, again, it didn't work out the way me, Larry, and a bunch of Astros fans wanted to with Garrett Cole's time in Houston. I mean, but it's like, it changed his career. Because
it didn't hurt that he was learning from Verlander too. Verlander got in his ear and showed him how.
Yeah.
To pitch.
I mean, it was
like,
Britt Strom, who's a fantastic pitching coach. Because look what he did out in Arizona. It's like he changed that staff. That Sam did a whole 180 while he was out there. So you got Strom, you got Verlander. I mean, iron sharpens iron. It was like that aspect. You had Greinke there. I mean, again, it's like Howie Kendricks, foul ball, like hitting that, took away something from the 19 Astros. But it was one of those things where Garrett Cole and guys of his ilk and stuff like that, the way they go about business, the way they go about things, it can change from organization to organization. It's like, like it's just Garrett Cole, when he left the Astros, he knew like, okay, especially with the Yankees, it's like things are a little bit different. It's like, again, you were playing big time games in Houston, and I can admit it's like playing for the Astros is a lot less pressure than playing for the New York Yankees. And much to Cole's credit, he took that on. A lot of guys get to New York and I gotta shave my beard and I gotta do this and do that. But Garrett Cole was like, he took it head on. He was like, I'm going there and I know what I'm getting into. I'm getting a bunch of money too. Let's not forget that. But it's like yeah. So but some guys went to like what Barry said. Some guys go to New York and wither under the lights and don't get it. And it's just it's interesting thing to see where it's like you go out and go get these guys and you just never know how it's going to work because from organization to organization, things can change. Just like I was just talking about Gary Cole, it's like in Pittsburgh, they was telling him to pitch one way. He goes to Houston, like has all that wealth of knowledge at his disposal, and it changes his career. Changes the trajectory of his career. So we'll see. It's just I think look, as much as I hate to say it, and I know Larry won't admit it, the Yankees will be fine. They will be A-okay. It will work itself out.
Yeah.
I do think Aaron said it earlier. I think Carrasco is a guy who I would look at and be like, again, you need an innings eater. You need somebody who can who can eat. There are 200 innings, 200 plus innings that can eat the field now.
Yep.
And it's up to the Yankees to see how we're going to replace these 200 innings. You're not going to replace the ERA and the strikeout and stuff like that, but it's the innings. How do you replace this 215, 20 innings that you're going to lose with Cole being on the shelf?
But this is why the 6-man rotation, and I've been saying this for years, this is why the 6-man rotation makes sense. Because if somebody goes down, you already have another starter there. And then you can just pull up somebody from the minors. And you also get to skip a guy. Basically, you get to skip one guy every week. That's saving people's arms. Because again, and I told y'all this earlier, there's a kid, I think it's Priester. Priester is it? The guy that got traded from the Pirates for Nick York. The Pirates traded Nick York and they traded a pitcher away to the Red Sox. His velocity went from 93 to 98 from last offseason to this offseason. His arms get blown out. You know he's going for Tommy John before the season's out. You know this. Right. So go to a 6-man rotation. You can have a guy that doesn't throw 100 miles an hour. Okay. You can work him in, and those innings that you lose when a guy goes down are already being eaten up. You're already filling those in. So now instead of having to fill 200, now you only have to fill 100 in. You throw a couple balls.
You know, funny though, like, the business side of that, is less innings equals less dollars too, because your stats come down, the strikeouts and all that. So they might get a little less. They might start getting reliever money, right? Listen. I agree with you. 6-man rotation makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But dollars wise, now I don't have to pay you as much. I don't have to pay you like I'm paying Cole, right? Mm-hmm. So that's one thing. And the other thing is some of these pitchers are creatures of habit. They don't want to pitch once a week. They like getting that ball every 5th day and being on a routine and being able to pitch and strengthening your arm, because it never hurt Nolan Ryan. It's not hurting Verlander.
He's still pitching, right? 7 to 8 innings. You got these guys throwing 5 innings, max effort.
Right. Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this. Let me ask the 3 Yankees fans this. Would you guys be opposed to maybe not a bullpen game in that spot in the rotation, but maybe like somebody's an opener?
I hate that. I hate the opener. I'd
just rather the guy go 5 innings and then turn over the bullpen. I don't want to see a guy go 1 inning or 2 innings.
Me too. I hate that.
Or at least 3.
Well, here's the thing. Like, so.
Well, I wasn't saying one. I'm saying like if a guy can come out there and give you 3 solid innings, and you kind of just try to like piece it together.
I don't want to say he died of that. Like, I understand what you're getting at, Coach, but I don't want to say he died of that all year. I think that we need to solidify the back half of this rotation in an effort to go to where we ultimately want to go now in the playoffs or whatever.
Well, I mean, because in my mind's mind, I'm thinking, okay, if you guys can run that for the first half of the year, like Cashman is saying nobody's available now, but we know people will be available in June, July. Okay, let's keep it a buck here. So it's like for the first half of the season to maybe employ like that opener like type situation, I wouldn't hate it.
That would be fine, because Luis Castillo's getting traded before June.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
he's already on the market, but Seattle's being stupid. But they're going to
be in Seattle.
The GM there's a moron.
That's what they do.
So he's going to get traded before June. Mm-hmm. So like Steve just said, you really only have to fill it for a couple months.
And the beauty of the contract with Cole right now is it's insured. So even though the money still goes against the apron, right? They get the money back from Cole, so they can just give more money to a pitcher and pay it off. They don't have to work a deal where the team has to eat most of the contract and then they have to give up more prospects. They can eat the salary and take that on this year.
Bro,
so that's one thing.
Everson Pereira and George Lombard right now, you could get 10 teams number 2 starter for those players right now, because Lombard's going to be a monster.
But let me ask y'all Yankees fans a question too. So I got a feeling, the Yankees, they'll be in the hunt, right? Mm-hmm. When you get close to that trade deadline, like you said, they've been watching payroll. They've been, like I said, they haven't been just writing out blank checks like they used to be. Mm-hmm. Do they take on that salary?
It depends on where we're at. It depends on where we're at in the standings.
It depends on the salary. I think if it's for this year, if it's for this year, they can take it on. Like I said, they're getting insurance money. It's about $30 million that they're going to get in insurance money for Cole because they insured his contract. Just for this reason. So they can eat, like Carrasco's deal's about 22 million, right? So they can eat that whole salary, and you're only talking about half of the year. So that 22 million is really about 11 million by the trade deadline, right? Probably a little less than that you have to pay out. So I think they can. It's just really what prospects do they have to give up to do it?
Exactly.
I mean, well, if you're thinking about somebody who's not like a front end starter, I mean, you probably can give up some low level prospects. I mean, I know Steve.
That's all they got, Larry, is low level prospects.
I was gonna say, Steve. Steve, don't talk about it too much, but we made a trade and got Kikuchi, and Kikuchi was amazing, bro.
That's because the Blue Jays. We've talked about this, Larry. The Blue Jays are money laundering. They are a cover for an extensive money laundering scheme. It's like
they
are
a
Ponzi
scheme. Don't be surprised if the Blue Jays move Alek Manoah. Don't be surprised if they move him.
Nothing that the Blue Jays surprise me now.
They better move Guerrero while they're at it. You know what I mean?
They're not moving around.
They got to get. He's not coming back. They got to get something for him. He's not coming back
for nothing.
He's gonna walk for nothing next year.
Well, it's the compensatory pick, right? You get the compensation pick, the first round or something like that. But even still,
all right. So
I could get 6 players for Vladimir Guerrero, or I can get a compensatory pick.
Yeah,
they're gonna get the compensatory pick.
The longer you wait, that scale comes down 6.
Correct.
5, 4,
they should have moved him last year. We talked about
that. Yeah, absolutely.
So
that's
while we're sitting here talking baseball, I'm looking at this article today about one Cam Smith. Steve, talk to me, man.
The future king of Astros Kingdom, Cam Smith,
once in future king, right?
Yeah. Like, look, it is funny how it's like, look, and this is something that Larry knows. It's like the Astros have about 3 or 4 good prospects, okay, in their entire farm system, but those 3 or 4 guys are really, really good. And that's the thing, and that's what matters. This kid has been like a revelation. He's been amazing. I don't know where you put him. There's been a lot of talk about right field.
Right field.
That's what I'm hearing. Right field.
But it's right field to get him in the lineup. Like to get him.
It's right field to get him in the lineup. It's right field to get that bat. You know what I'm saying? It's like but it's funny because like,
is it going to affect his hitting? That's what I'm worried about.
Exactly. You took the right out of my mouth. It's like because we all know who's playing DH. So it's like it's not like he's going to be in DH. So you got to find somewhere for that bat. And
because he's ready. He's ready.
He's definitely ready. And what the Astros have done in the past is like, okay, let's just send him back down to Round Rock, for a little bit. But the Astros they're not afforded that ability anymore. They can't say, oh, we'll bring him up in June. Cam Smith needs to be on the opening day roster. And he will be, because you can't. One thing the Astros do that some teams don't, they don't ignore stuff like this. Right. I remember when there was a kid named Alex Bregman who was hitting the cover out of the ball in spring training, and they was like, boy, I tell you, man, we want to send him down, but we can't. We can't. We got to bring him up. And then Larry, remember, even going back further, it's like when George Springer, God bless him, when it was like a national highlight. People were dancing in the streets in Houston when George Springer came up.
When he was drafted.
Yeah. And then when he came up, it was a celebration in Houston. And look, it worked out. And then he up in baseball heaven in Toronto. But anyway, like he got his ring.
He was the first big domino, right?
He was the guy. He's the guy who was on the infamous Sports Illustrated cover. Which ended up being a prophecy, you know what I'm saying, which is crazy. But like, look, I'm cautiously optimistic Me and Larry have been kind of going back and forth about this. It's like I don't want to look after all what's happened with the Astros in the offseason. The Astros have had a very interesting offseason. Fellas, they still might win the AL West.
Mm-hmm.
Any division with the Angels in it is always up for grabs.
To the West. Well, no, you know what though? Bochy is an every other year winner.
He's an every other year guy.
He's an every other year guy.
The infamous every other year with the Giants. It's like every other year. So it's like, look, the Rangers, as much as I can't stand those fuckers, like they were injured. The injury bug hit them hard last year. And if they can stay somewhat healthy, I mean, the Rangers, pretty damn good ball team. I mean, they spent enough money. You know, so it's just and then they can keep the pitching together. It's just like, I mean, it fell apart for them just last year like crazy. But if they can that pendulum can swing the other way. I mean, like, but it's like, look, in a division where you have the Angels and the A's and the Mariners. The Mariners are they'll huff and puff. You know, they'll be all rowdy the first half of the year, and then when the calendar hits August, they'll become the Mariners. You know, but like it's a 2-team race in that division, and watch the A's like win this fucking division by like 3 games, bro.
I'll go even further.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Larry.
No, I was gonna piggyback on what Steve's saying, dude. I'm a little bit more optimistic, dude. I think the Astros will be, contending for the pennant, bro. I'm just being for real, dude. Like I said, I was not a big Tucker fan. Steve has heard me on many a meltdown.
You're still not a Tucker fan.
No, because
even more so now. Yes,
because I felt like Tucker was empty calories to me, and somebody like Cam, he been hitting the damn ball out the what, like that. It's probably some balls right now that they were like, man, we can't even put the cover back on him because he didn't knock the shit out of him. And think about it. I hope that they take this approach, right? Hey, look, we'll let you play right sometime. We'll let you DH sometime because we know sometimes they will make lineup adjustments. Alvarez DHs, but he don't always DH, and kind of get him, in that not where you have to be in right all the time and you focus on learning that position. And then also put him so far down the batting order where the pressure's not on him. He don't have that much.
He needs to bat at least like 6th or 7th.
Yeah,
he shouldn't be in the top half of the order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somewhere up in there. He don't have to. He's not in the 3 or the 4 or the 5 hole. None of them in there, and he don't have that much pressure on him. And I think that will kind of ease him into it, and that will actually help him in the long run. Not having to play the position every day, and not having that pressure of having to bat in those crucial positions.
Larry, you should love Kyle Tucker because he got you Cam Smith. You should be building a statue for Kyle Tucker.
I had been saying we should have got rid of him. I thought we could have got more for Tucker. But hey, we at the end of the day we end up getting Cam, and he proved out to be
I mean, look, you get paraded. Look. Now I'm not a fan of Walker already being hurt. That stinks.
I told you guys.
You know what I'm saying? And I was gonna say, like CK called that Walker hurt already. But I'm gonna tell you something. And Larry, you know this as well as I do. Hunter Brown's the best pitcher we got right now. Mm-hmm. The way he's been throwing the ball in the spring, Hunter Brown has been dealing. Okay, he is our ace right now. All due respect to Fromber, and Fromber's my guy, but Hunter Brown's our best pitcher right now.
Mm-hmm. Dude, and I get it. Like I said, that's why when I look at the Astros, dude, and let's just say hypothetically they do get whole again, the pitcher staff, like he just said, Hunter Brown's probably gonna be the 3rd starter on that team. The guy who's literally been pitching out of his ass.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because Javier, they're gonna give Javier all his opportunity to be, 1 or 2. Fromber's gonna be 1 or 2. It's probably gonna be Hunter Brown. Then you ain't even gotten to like the Arrigettis and the Garcias and all the other dudes that's gonna be in that lineup, man, dude. Like I said, it's gonna be real hard to match up with them.
Best case scenario for y'all: Christian Walker, who's already hurt, is hurt, right? Mm-hmm. That means you can move Paredes to 1st. You can put Cam Smith in his natural position at 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
You get close to the trade deadline. Cam is doing what we all know he's gonna do, right? Walker comes back. There's gonna be a market for him, and you can then move Walker to get some pieces that to fill in some other holes.
They're going to trade Christian Walker to the Pittsburgh Pirates for Garrett Jones. You heard it here first.
Steve is gonna kill me on this. Steve's gonna kill me on this, and I'm trying to keep him calm over here. As a fill-in, Singleton can hold it down. As a fill-in. As a fill-in, man, you can't let him play every day. He cannot be every day.
No, he can't play every day. They tried to let him play every day, and look what happened.
No, but he's as a fill-in. If he have to hold the fort down for a couple of games, I'm fine with that because he can hold it down for a couple of days. Don't get him to like 20, 30 games. Then you're gonna piss you off.
That's what I'm saying. You put Paredes at first, you put Smith at third. Singleton then is a bench guy who comes and pinch hit, play, give guys a rest. When Walker comes back, you swing Walker. You could move Christian Walker at the trade deadline and get at least 3 prospects back, and one of them will be major league ready.
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, like I said, but I think that we'll address that when we get to it. But like I said, I think that the Astros at the end of the day will be in the competition. Like I said, if health stay healthy, but we don't know how that was. We don't know how that's gonna work out. But on paper right now, just like Steve said, the Rangers on paper, bro, they dangerous. Like I said, they were just injured last year.
Yeah, and look, stops trying to be a damn home run hitter and goes back to just being a hitter.
Man, look, sometimes you get that needle, man, and you just can't let it off of it.
That boy
head bigger than
that boy was size 12 fitted, man.
Don't make no sense.
What they say? He more body, got more head than he got body.
And he drink. He like I don't like. If y'all remember the old Simpsons episode? He drinking that stuff that Griffey was drinking, that nerve tonic.
The head coming out of bro. I mean, but people literally forget, man, dude, when they were at their best 2 years ago, dude, you had to score 12 runs to beat them. You had to, dude, because they was literally putting up easily 8-9 runs every game.
And but that was the thing, without trying to hit home runs, they were driving the ball out the park. Last season, all those guys, they were swinging from the heels. How'd that work out for them?
Well, it was funny to me because they couldn't beat us at home, and we couldn't beat them at home. That was okay. But we'll see what happens, man. It's still early. I'm glad all the dust is settled on the season. I don't think there's really no free agents left out there. None of any consequence. Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting, man. I love this time of year, man. Baseball's in full swing. NFL free agency is in full swing. Basketball's on the back nine, which is what we're going to pivot to next, man. The association is turning out to be quite the league right now. Not giving everybody kind of a list of where people are at, but if the season ended today, your number 1 seed would be the Cavs in the East and OKC in the West. Denver has overtaken the Lakers for the number 2 seed. Keep an eye on these Denver Nuggets, man. Keep an eye on these Denver Nuggets.
Last time I was on, I was like, the Nuggets are just sitting there. They're just waiting for the playoffs to start.
Yeah, I mean,
see, one thing though, Coach, in serious, that Aaron Gordon injury.
Yes,
that's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be an issue.
Get hurt.
It's going to be an issue.
When did he get hurt?
It was what was it? Late last week.
Late last week, groin strain, right? Was it a groin strain? Same. Yeah, the LeBron injury.
It's the one that hadn't healed right? He had it a couple times before. So
yeah. Golden State is.
But I want to trigger a series real quick.
What's up?
Aaron Gordon is hurt, but Westbrook been balling starting, bro.
Oh, he's been balling.
He's been balling.
He's been playing well.
I'm not even mad at Mr. Westbrook. I mean Westbrook for doing the thing.
Get it right, man.
Doing the thing.
They need the Nuggets need Braun to keep playing the way he's been playing. He has been fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look.
But he's getting more minutes.
OKC beat him Sunday, but it's like he popped off the page for me. I mean, because like the Thunder are just rolling right now, and no pun intended. But it's like, they
the
need.
Nuggets got him back. The Nuggets got him back.
Yeah, so it's like it's like I think they are the class of the West right now in a conference that's just like crazy top to bottom. Like everybody got a chance except for like the Mavericks. Like, you know,
I feel bad for the
everybody.
Mavericks. No,
I
I don't.
don't. I
I lied.
don't.
I
I
lied.
don't. And I don't care. People try to make me feel bad for the Mavericks. No, I don't.
No,
I don't. I want to, but I don't.
I feel bad for their fans, but not for.
No, I don't. I'm surrounded by them. You know what I'm saying? I got them all in
Well,
my
see,
family. And I tell them
that's a
every
different
day.
kind of hate. But like seriously, guys, like who's more disappointing right now? Is it the Suns or the Mavericks?
The Suns.
The Suns for sure.
It's the Suns. The Suns are healthy, and they can't beat us.
They're 30 and 35 right now. They're not even in the play-in. If the
Everybody
season
looking in the
not
motherfucker ain't doing shit.
No.
That's great.
And I told y'all, Bradley Beal is not a winning player. Everywhere he goes, his teams don't make the playoffs. I'm just saying.
But this ain't all on Bradley Beal. This is just
that's the Bradley Beal stink, Steve.
I think Mike Budenholzer was the wrong guy for this particular team. When you pull your star aside and tell him to essentially shut up, there's a problem. There's a problem.
And it's Mike not even shut up off the court, it's shut up on the court, right?
Yeah, it's on the court. Yeah.
Come on now.
That's a
the
problem.
Whole thing with basketball is talking. How are you gonna tell them not to communicate?
Yeah. And it's another sad case for Kevin Garnett, not Kevin Garnett. I mean Kevin Durant, because I was looking at something on TV. It's like he's trying to do it without having to be on the Warriors, and he just can't do it.
He keep picking the wrong teams, bro. He keep
picking the wrong team.
And the thing is, like, he had the opportunity to go back to the Warriors and told them no.
Yeah.
I understand why he told them no, because like Draymond is still there, and that's just something where I just think
they're good now, right?
Dude, but winning the championship, bro.
One series in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just say that winning the championship, man. I might hate you off the court, but we buddies on this mug, and like, I think Kevin Durant.
But that was the thing. This whole thing with them started on the court. It didn't start off the court. It started on the court. They can't coexist on the court. That's the problem.
No, I'm talking about Kevin Durant and Golden State can exist on the court.
That's what we're talking about.
This whole thing with them started on the court during a game.
Durant and Green.
Yeah. I mean, aside from the Durant injury, like they won championships together. They can coexist on the court.
You would think, right? But they don't like each other.
Durant, after that injury, he started getting in his feelings about it, and sometimes your feelings will, make your ass hurt.
There was a lot of reasons why he left Golden State, right? He was hearing the noise, which is one thing I wanted to touch on. But then it was like the injury. I don't think he felt like they didn't handle his injury properly. And in that, with the Draymond Green situation, kind of just melted down. But for me, it was like, listen, I can never take away the fact that he's a two-time champion and two-time Finals MVP. We can say all we want. He still got the rings. He is in his own head listening to people around him and listening to the chatter, especially on social media. Like, I don't care what people say about me on social media. I still got 2 rings. And if I stayed in Golden State, they might have 2 more.
Bro, so they have 4 rings now. They have 4.
Yeah, exactly. So he's always listening to people talking about him. He's constantly on Twitter with the with the burner account. Stop with the social media. If you just stuck to your guns, you would be a winning player, and we would have nothing to say.
Dude, but he is a winning player. It's just he lets the noise. He lets it affect them too much. But it's like, I mean, look, the Golden State Warriors. Let's not forget what got KD there. They blew the 3-1 lead. They went and right after game 7, they was like, we need help. We can't do nothing with like we just lost this to LeBron or whatever like that. It's like, so then he comes, he's the X factor. The Warriors and the Cavs were pretty much even. Durant comes and he's the ultimate X factor. 2 championships, 2 championships, 2 Finals MVPs. I mean, that's history. That's done. Like, Kevin Durant's legacy is cemented, and it is what it is. It's like he has been chasing after something. Because like the Warriors, they won another ring after he left,
right?
And he's been chasing. And he's still chasing after it. And he made some missteps along the way. The Brooklyn thing looked good at first, and then it went terribly wrong real quick.
And I like a lot of people want to say that in Brooklyn, coach, right? It was only if it wasn't his toe on the line or if Curry didn't get hurt. But like you look at the totality of that run in Brooklyn, it wasn't all peaches and cream. Like he got Kenny Atkinson fired. Like, we don't need a coach. Like that whole situation in Brooklyn was bad. And like for me, Kevin Durant was always chasing like the Kobe effect. Or what Steph Curry did. Like Kobe won without Shaq. Steph Curry won without Durant. Durant wanted to win without Steph Curry, and he's been chasing it into bad situations. It was a bad situation in Brooklyn. It's a bad situation in Phoenix, and
But it wasn't. But they made it a bad situation in Phoenix.
Yep.
They had a team that made they had a team there, and then they just said, you know what? Let's blow this all apart.
Yeah,
it's like
that
boy,
was
oh boy.
That was the Kevin Durant led team. That was the CP3 and Devin Booker.
That was the big. That was the start of their downfall series.
But see, that's the thing though. It's like if you keep that team together and try to like they gave away way too much in that Durant trade.
Yep.
Yeah,
look
at that.
They didn't have to give up that much. They could have kept Cam Johnson. They could have kept a couple of those other pieces. The draft picks are the draft picks, whatever like that. But I just feel like the Suns flew too close to the sun. They feel like, in trying to improve the team, they made it worse. They made it way worse. And then they tried to cover up their mistake by going to get Brad Bill. It made it even worse. Made it worse. Now it's just
until Durant apologized to Kenny Atkinson, Harpo.
that's facts because it's like because he will never admit it, and that's the thing with Kevin Durant. He'll never he won't admit when he's wrong. Yeah. Even with the whole thing with the burners, I don't care whatever y'all. It's like he will never admit that was just the whole thing. And like, look, Steve Nash, God bless him. He was put in a situation where it's like, oh well, like go out there and do what you do, guys. He wasn't ready to be an NBA coach.
And it's still going bad. It's still going because now he's chirping that Skip. Like we're both washed. Get off the
but you know what?
internet.
You know what I'm gonna say about it?
I was like, Villain, you cannot tell an athlete in 2025 to get off social media.
Stop listening to it. Stop
he
listening.
Just said
but he's good at it though.
We had LeBron James last week check Stephen A. Smith for something that he said on social media.
I'm glad I wasn't on the show last week because I already know.
Well, it happened after the show.
Oh, it happened after the show. Okay.
After the show.
Listen, if we get into that conversation, I will excuse myself from the group because I don't.
The emotional fragility of these athletes today
is
mind-boggling. Okay?
It's a fact.
Bill Russell played for the Celtics at a time when, after a game they won, and Bill Russell was the star of the game, he went home. Someone had broken into his house and shit on his bed, wrote nigger on the wall. Okay? He was playing for the Celtics, not against them. He got death threats every single day, real death threats. Okay? Real ones.
Do your homework. Boston in the 70s was bad.
You weren't good tonight. I got cats posting 10-page manifestos about how terrible everybody is because they said they played bad.
I mean, that's tough.
Good.
That's tough.
Dude, I mean, you know what? My thing with the whole Kevin Durant thing was, okay, so when you went to Golden State, man, they didn't have to give up nothing to get you. You signed. You were a free agent.
Yeah.
They didn't give up nothing. You went to a whole team. When you went to Brooklyn, Steve, Aaron, we raped them. Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie. We straight up.
Yeah, we did.
Hey, you want James Harden? Go ahead, man. We're gonna take all this to get him. And it's like, you went there and you're trying to, quote unquote, create these teams, but look at what the team has given up to get you. Then fast forward again, right? You go to Phoenix. It wasn't like he just went and signed with Phoenix. They had to give up a haul to get him. Then they had to give up another haul to get Bradley Beal. So now you in your feelings when you should have just stayed your ass in Golden State. I'm be real with y'all. You know what people always say about Robert Horry? He ain't really do nothing. He ain't do this. They call him Big Shot Bob. You know, Robert ever say, "Look at these goddamn 7 rings."
Yeah.
You know what?
I mean, but it's a different situation because, like, I mean, look,
yeah, I get it.
The Warriors, like again, it was so much more to it than just like it was on the court, it was off the court. They were making fun of the fact that Kevin Durant wasn't part of the core at the victory parade for the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Like, do y'all forget that? It's like they were making jokes like, "Oh, well, Kevin came and he's not really part of the." They were making jokes and like Kevin Durant was like, ha, 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 ha. But knowing how Kevin Durant is, he probably was like, "I can't wait to leave here.
Yeah,
I'll show them."
Instead of just sitting down and just sit down and have a man-to-man conversation, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, I'm trying to win 8 championships
With Draymond Green.
But I'm just saying,
you think you're gonna be able to have a mature conversation with Draymond Green?
Hey,
come
look,
on the podcast.
Nobody can.
On the podcast.
If Steve and I forgot the GM was in the room, yeah, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna hash it out, bro. Because it's plenty of people. Dude, we literally were just laughing the other day about when Vernon Maxwell was talking about Hakeem Olajuwon slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah.
That was 1990, bro. This is 2025.
Yeah.
A whole different era.
It happens.
Yeah,
all these locker rooms are like that. It happens.
Yeah.
I think they could have worked through it.
But Vernon Maxwell was sitting around here like, yeah, I got my rings and I can sit around and laugh about the shit now. But he was like, yeah, Hakeem slapped the shit out of him. And, like I said, if you are trying to build your legacy, bro, you are not going to build your legacy nowhere else but where you were at. And that's just real talk, bro. And at the end of the day, you could go down and say, look, I got 6 championships now or some shit like that. And be like, you know what? F y'all.
I mean, and that's why there was all that talk about him going back to OKC, which they do not need him to come back at all.
They don't want that.
We'll
see. We'll see after this year. Coach.
You know who Kevin Durant is? And for those younger people, y'all will have to Google him. Bob McAdoo.
Mm-hmm.
Bob McAdoo is one of the greatest scorers in the history of this game. He was one of the most overly sensitive cats.
Yeah.
Okay. You criticize, and that was back when they really criticized you in the papers, and he would go into funks. Now he finally won a championship as a 6th man with the Lakers, and that's where he was really able to play and relax, but because he was the 6th man. Right. He kept going to places where they expected him, because he had so much talent, to be the star, the face, and he wasn't built for it. Kevin Durant ain't built to be the face. He's built to be a guy who flies under the radar. That's why it worked in Golden State, because Curry was there, and Clay was there, and Draymond was there. They basically took all the shine, and he could just, work in the shadows. Well, if you know that, bro, why do you now keep going to places where you're expected to be the face?
Or be the man.
Because
Golden State.
Because he's Durant. He's the Slim Reaper. He's the guy that typically goes on these teams that has championship medal. He's Mr. Olympia. He's that guy. He's the guy that, depending upon who you talk to, is right next to LeBron and Steph on this, inversion of the NBA. So of course he's gonna go and be the guy. But
you have to understand who you are.
There's no shame in that.
Here's the thing. KD's best version of himself, in my opinion, is when he was with Golden State.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have to do it all.
Right.
He didn't have to be the guy.
Right. I mean, he was the closer. He was literally the closer. It was like Clay and Steph and all those guys. They did what they did, and then here would KD come, close it down, shut it down.
Let me ask you this question: what's the difference between what KD has done and what he's been doing than what Kyrie did when he decided to up and leave Cleveland because he wanted to be the guy?
How'd that work out for him in Boston?
It ain't much different.
It hasn't worked out for Kyrie yet.
Yeah, and some guys, it's okay. You don't have to be that guy. Like, it's like everybody wants to be Michael Jordan that won 6 rings. Like, what's wrong with being Scottie Pippen that won 6 rings? Like, what's wrong with that, man? Like, I agree with
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah, but like I agree with Unc though. Like these players today are so sensitive. Some of them just want to be loved. They want to be coddled. They want to be told they're the greatest. Like, who cares, dude? Like get out of your feelings, man. Yeah. Like get out of your feelings and get out of your own way.
2025, man. These are sensitive thugs. They all need hugs. Come on.
They all need hugs. That's their damn problem. That's their damn problem.
It's probably a bunch of guys that would love to be Robert Horry. Like I said, dude, Robert Horry.
Nobody
I think
wants to be Robert
I think
Horry.
there's levels
Nobody
to it
wants to
because
be Robert
Robert
Horry.
Horry, you're never going to accuse Robert Horry of being a winner. Like it's only when you bring his name up. You don't put him in the same breath as all the other guys that won championships.
You know
right?
how talented Robert Horry was, and he subjugated his game. Robert Horry was one of the most talented 6'10" dudes that's ever played this game, bro.
Of course, but he's not him. That's the difference between these.
He chose to be what they asked him to be. Robert Horry
that's exactly my point.
On a bad team, and he said, "You know what? I'll be a good piece on a great team."
Yeah,
that's exactly my point.
His early career set the tone for that because being in that veteran locker room with guys like Kenny Smith and guys like Elijah Wan and Vernon Maxwell and stuff like that, it set the tone. He was like, because I mean, Robert Horry was super athletic and would jump out the gym and could do it all on the court. But then he changed his game as his career went on to kind of like mold into what we now know as Big Shot Bob. But when Horry first came in the league, he was electric.
Yeah, he's nice.
Yeah, but like I said, a lot of guys don't want to be like, okay, I can still like Kevin Durant was still Kevin Durant, but he was part of the cog of Golden State, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he let himself get in the way of, hey, look, let me pursue championships and I'll be a cog because I'm a fan of, and a lot of people don't like to hear me say this when I say this, but if you are, say, quote unquote, on a team full of stars or really good guys, right? Kevin Durant never faced a double team on that team. You could never double him. You could never scheme against him. You could never put up, like, say, you go into practice and you're like, you know what, we're gonna, 2-3-1 against Kevin Durant, or we're gonna run this. You could not do that because you had Steph and Clay and all these. You could not do that. Dude, how much easier your life would have been staying on Golden State? And I'm not saying
together. If they had kept that team together and they had been able to coexist their egos, bro, that team was coming.
Dude,
they would still be winning rings.
Look, hey, we're gonna be real. Hey, look, people give Kawhi all that credit, but if that team was whole, bro, you ain't beating that team. That ain't happening, dude. They would have wiped the floor with him, bro. I'm just saying.
Kawhi is a guy who understands exactly who he is. All right. Mm-hmm. I am who I am. I don't care what y'all say. I got my championships. I got my money.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on the Clippers and people forget I'm in the league. That's okay. I still got 2 championships and two finals MVPs. What you gonna do about it?
Right. Yeah, but he learned that on them Spurs teams.
Exactly.
Get in where you fit in. And like I said, a lot of times these dudes don't want to get in where they fit in to secure your legacy. Like I said, if you say real talk, because Kevin Durant has been in that conversation between Steph and LeBron and all of the players of his generation. And I get it. It would have been some back and forth between him and Steph. But let's just say he gets to that 5th. Then now it's like, yeah, you can't discredit me for, everybody else. I'm just keeping it real, bro. I would have, like I said, I would have.
That's a false equivalency with those conversations because Steph Curry's a guard. Okay, Kevin Durant's a forward. Okay,
yeah, but they compare everybody
guard to a forward. I'm not comparing the center to a guard. I'm not. You understand? Say all this, LeBron or this guy, bro.
But they compare everybody to everybody nowadays.
Play matters. The position you play matters. I can't compare Shaq to Kobe. They played 2 totally different positions, had 2 totally different games.
But you can only compare their impact on winning, right? That's about all you can.
And then I compare them to people who play their damn position.
Right.
That's it.
But yeah,
you do. But I'm saying the way that people are getting compared nowadays is to your contemporaries, regardless of position. Is who else played at the time you played, and that's who you get. That's who you get the comparisons.
Which
to.
Makes no sense. Makes absolutely
no sense. But Kevin Durant was always going to be compared to LeBron,
which is fine. They're both forwards.
But I mean, greatness is going to be compared to greatness.
That's the crazy part to me.
No, I understand that, but okay, 2 different games, but we play the same position, so I don't mind you comparing me. Somebody plays my position. Don't compare me to Steph Curry. When there's nothing we do similar, other than we both on the court in shorts. All right, that's it.
Look, man. Hey, look, y'all can keep talking about Durant if I want to, man. I got
we can move on.
I got rocket issues over here, man. Look, hey, they about to give me a heart attack around here. Steve been quiet, man.
That's your fault. Like I said, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell everybody else. You can choose to let the Rockets stress you out, or you can choose to live a carefree life. I'm choosing to live a carefree life. The Rockets don't have that power over me anymore. Okay, I'm off that narcotic. I'm off that narcotic. Okay, it's like I'm good. You know?
I done gave up that narcotic now.
Hey man, look, hey, cocaine a hell of a drug, man. Look, hey, the Rockets like cocaine, man. I live here though, Steve, so it's different. It's like, man, I live here.
Live with them. It's like I pay $200 goddamn dollars a year to watch these ragged. You know what?
Look,
trying to say,
There you go.
Hey, look, man, look. Like I say, I'm not worried about no Durant, man. I got issues going on with my own team over here.
Well,
yeah, I mean, you know, I'll keep trying to put us that evil on us that we said the Lakers are going to be the best team and going to the finals. You keep trying to put that evil on us.
I don't know where he heard that in, man. That ain't
before we go there,
yeah.
Well, 40 and 25. Are we about to drop it to play-in? Or is that just me?
Who, the Rockets?
Yeah.
Maybe. At this rate.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that because
What's your strength to schedule the rest of the way?
Because I feel like
it's hard. It's all hard. It's the Rockets.
It's the West.
We don't do anything. We don't do anything wrong.
If Ime Udoka finally figures out to not let this team just run up and down the court and play hot potato with the ball. Okay.
It's March. CK, it's March. this shit should be figured out by now, dog. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to help you out, bro. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to be positive.
Give you a word of encouragement, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to be positive for you, man.
Take me there.
The hat that came off.
They hire Mike Woodson as soon as Indiana loses the Big Ten tournament. They'll bring in Mike Woodson to fix your offense.
Dude, this motherfucker still ain't figured out his lineups yet.
We in March.
We in March. Bro,
like, I mean, the next one. The next one. I don't know. I'm trying to deflect. I'm trying to find something else for y'all to talk. Because y'all triggering Steve.
Rockets fans over here lamenting.
Steve about to punch a hole in something. I'm trying to help him.
Look, bro.
They got me watching the Rockets games, losing my mind, Steve. I'm watching
exactly. It's infuriating. But you know what though? You know what they say? Insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. I watch these motherfuckers every goddamn day, expecting a different result, and the same shit happens every goddamn day.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom. My
mom's
back
on this. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry to everybody's mamas and mamas out there that's watching.
Sorry, not
but
sorry.
But it's like,
yeah, bro. Like, I'm putting like this, man. This is the most frustrating part. I don't know if they got blackmail, if they holding somebody's mama hostage, or what the fuck is going on. But if Ime do not put Jabari Smith on the goddamn bench.
He's not. He can't now.
He can't now. Well, that's the thing. We do the looking glass with them. We have to now. Right? Have to play him now.
Huh?
Thompson's out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, have to play him now. Have no choice.
You have no choice.
Man, look, hey, while you bushing, hey, put him on the bench and go with the two bigs with Steven Adams and
because Steven Adams can move.
Bro, Steven Adams is 800 years old. You cannot play him more than 10 minutes a night at the most.
No, he had a few minutes in him last night, but I'm gonna just put like this.
Orlando, get out of here.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, bro. I don't know.
Steve.
And it's funny because the announcers like, oh, Jabari he's the leading scorer. He's hit 5 threes. Motherfucker, 5 for 15 from the field. If you don't miss this shit,
but he hit 5.
But he hit the 5 that they needed. They needed that 15 points.
Yeah, he missed. But maybe we could have used the other 12 other shots he missed. I'm like, yeah.
I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. There's a whole lot of non-Rocket stuff to talk about, and I think we should talk about that because I'm getting upset.
Yes,
let's move, Siri.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's move on because nobody wants to talk about.
Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, me. It's me. I am nobody. Nobody wants to talk about the Rocket.
Here we go.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. The legal tampering window has opened for the NFL.
That happened weeks ago.
No, that was illegal tampering.
Yeah, it's funny how it's like legal tampering.
Yeah.
So like the tampering started 2 weeks ago, and then legal
tampering
tampering.
Tampering started at the Super Bowl. They called making up calls. Hey, listen.
It's like I feel like it's weird. It's one of those like wink, wink, nudge thing. All these people are together in one place. You think nobody had any discussions about business while they were all in New Orleans?
No, they ate boudin balls and drank and
the Seahawks never said, if we were to trade our quarterback, it would be nice if we could get this other guy for about $100 million for over 3 years. Now, hey Sam, how you doing, Sam Darnold? No, I'm not talking about Sam Darnold. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but Clint is his boy because he was the passing coordinator. Like he don't have his numbers.
Geno Smith,
exactly.
Like we didn't know they was going to sign Sam Darnold.
Yeah, like I got
traded,
this.
We knew what was up
Back here.
I go. Hey, look, I go even further.
I don't really think I'm going to use him very much. So, but if I don't have him anymore, can I get this quarterback over here? That's probably not going to get franchised.
And what's so funny is that the money is damn near identical. The money that Geno Smith and Sam Darnold, the money's it's funny how it's just a big coincidence that the money's damn near identical.
Yes.
Who would have thought? I don't know.
Yeah, who knew? Right?
No, what's funny to me is that Justin Fields having a whole birthday in Dubai with everybody and their mama there.
Yeah,
and he just magically posted. He posted latte pictures and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up.
But they had
Wilson there, wait.
He got to advance on that contract.
Yeah, but did you see the video though? There was dudes dancing behind him. Like I don't know about that.
Come on, bro.
Yes.
Meanwhile, he looked at his phone to see
what happens in Dubai stays in Dubai.
Dubai.
Unless you post
Dubai. Heavy emphasis on the buy.
them tickets was bought like 8 months ago. You can't just get no last minute flights to no Dubai. No.
No.
So
you gotta have a grip to throw
the Buffalo Bills have signed pass rusher Joey Bosa to a 1 year, $12.6 million deal.
The Bills.
The Bills.
Yeah,
so he didn't go to the rebuilding Niners like somebody said he would. Okay.
Well, he was weighing them out. He was weighing them out. He had an offer from the Dolphins and he had an offer from the Niners.
And he went to the Bills.
The Bills came in last minute, right? Because I didn't hear the Bills. I didn't hear the Bills name come up.
The Bills didn't want him to go to Miami. If the Bills went to Miami, that would have been an issue for the Bills. And I think the Bills was like, all right, let's get in here. Let's just throw something out and see if it sticks, and it did.
Yeah, so it's a 1 year at 12.6 with a max value with incentives at 15.6.
I think it's a good deal. Serious,
great deal
for 1 year. Yeah, if he stays healthy, I think it's a steal. You let Von Miller go, you replace him with Joey Bosa. I think that's a good deal.
That's a win-win for the Bills.
What if Joey Bosa stayed healthy? Okay. And secondly, how did this help the Buffalo Bills offensively? I get into this argument with Bills fans all the time.
It allows them to bring back Amari Cooper because that money that they're not giving Joey Bosa, they're gonna have to give to some receiver. So it'll probably be Amari Cooper.
What receivers are left on that list?
Michael Thomas, Elijah Moore, Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs.
I'll pull it
up. You got to understand the Cowboys made a big splash. The Cowboys made a big splash bringing back Turbin, so that's a big chip off the.
Yeah. Don't forget the long snapper.
You got a long snapper.
Yeah, I mean, when you have an opportunity to lock up your snapper long term, I mean, you do it.
You got to do it, bro.
Your long term snapper, long term that you can't.
Definitely.
Hey, them exchanges are essential, man.
We got Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Brandon Cooks, Deontay Johnson, Tyler Lockett, Mike Williams, Robert Woods, Josh Reynolds, Duvernay, KJ Osborne. Nelson Aguilar.
Who's the best fit? Who's the best fit?
Brandon Cooks or Keenan Allen. Brandon Cooks or Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen, yeah.
I like Keenan Allen.
That's a big possession receiver.
Yes.
Yeah, but his issue with Keenan Allen, he's another one that can't stay healthy. The Buffalo Bills need a wide receiver that can stay on the field for a significant period of time. Keenan Allen can never stay healthy.
No.
I like the fit with Amari Cooper, guys.
Amari Cooper played half the year.
Well, he's not hurt, but he disappears in half the game, so he may as well be damn hurt, Amari Cooper.
Well, I mean, his home road splits are
ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I think I like Osborne because Osborne's a guy who got the size. Yeah, he has the skill set. It's just like, can he, like, with Josh Allen throwing in the ball and with not, like, I think he's a guy who wears, like, again, he's not gonna like put up a bunch of crazy numbers, but he might just be that little that third guy that could help that offense along a little bit. You know, they don't have to always be home runs. I think a guy like Osborne in the right did Palmer get Josh Palmer get signed?
Yeah, he got signed.
Somebody signed him.
Yeah, the Bills signed.
Okay. Because I'm gonna say Palmer's another guy where it's like it just like it never quite worked out for him in LA, and I feel like a change of scenery could do him some good because he has the skill set, he has the size, he's fast. It's just like so Palmer, okay.
I think Palmer to the Bills is a sneaky good pickup too. But here's the deal: I agree with you guys that they could use a receiver for Josh Allen. I think they probably get one more. It wasn't the talent on that team that was the problem. It was the play calling. It was absolutely they got out of themselves when they got into Kansas City.
Well, again,
everybody does that. They play Andy Reid and they try to outcoach him and outthink him.
Well, we
they tried to outthink themselves, right, guys? Like they tried to outthink themselves. So
we talked about this for an hour plus. After the AFC Championship game about like what happened in Kansas City that night. So I mean, it's well documented. Like it's not the talent; it was just it came down to play calling, and it came down to the chess match that is football at that level. And that's what happened.
But the Bills are just like some of those.
It's gonna be a repeat because they just gave Allen some more money, so he has to be the star.
James Cook.
They need to sign him.
They need to lock him up.
They for at least 2. Yeah, they're gonna have to lock him up for like 2.
But I don't think they want to pay him. I don't think they want to pay him.
I don't think so either, because I mean I think the deal would have been done. I think a deal would have been done if they really wanted, to do this long term. The Bills got this new stadium they're getting ready to move into. They got all this momentum with the franchise. They're gonna have an influx of money, and I just don't understand why. I don't understand why Cook is like I don't know. It's like you gave Josh Allen $250 million, but then you can't give. It's
exactly
like they don't want to spend.
What I said to my buddy. If I'm the Buffalo Bills, okay, if you unload the bag on Josh Allen, the very next call I make is to James Cook. I don't call an offensive lineman. I don't call nobody. You call James Cook. Get that shit done because next year it's going to cost you more to get it done.
But is he a free agent? You're just extending him, right?
He's not eligible. That's what I keep trying to tell y'all. He's not eligible. No,
he's
not. This is third season.
How is he not eligible for extension if he's in his third season? Of course,
he's not eligible, man. That's what I keep telling y'all.
No.
Yes, he is.
They can do the 5th year option on him. They can when he goes.
But it goes by where you were drafted, though.
No, when he goes up for his 5th year option, that's when he can get the extension.
No. Coach is right. It's where you drafted.
It goes by where you were drafted. Like,
yeah, but he's not eligible.
What do you mean not eligible?
James Cook was not a first-round running back.
He wasn't a first-round pick. So
Brock Purdy was not a first-round pick. He was not
drafted around 2, my guy.
He was drafted in round 2. That's a 4-year deal, not a 5.
And that's when they can do the 5th year option on him.
No, there is no 5th year option.
There's no 5th year option. Yeah, they can.
There's no. He's not. He didn't sign a 5-year contract because he wasn't drafted in the first round.
Dude,
he only signed a 4-year deal. He just ended year 3. If you let him go next year, if you don't pay him next year. In 2026 season, he's an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
And I don't think they're gonna franchise him.
Guys,
they got to get a deal done.
Guys, James Cook. I'm reading this right off of NFL.com. James Cook entered the final year of his rookie contract, set to earn $5 million in his base salary. Yeah. He is now eligible for an extension. The $15 million figure isn't pulled out of thin air. That's what he wants. He wants $15 million. Do the deal. Do it.
Yeah,
$10 million.
Up now.
Do it. He signed a 4-year deal because he was to Coach's point. He wasn't a first-round pick.
Mhm.
He's in the last year of this deal.
4 years,
The Buffalo Bills would be absolutely stupid not to lock this guy up now for $15 million until the market's going to reset, because Barkley just reset the market.
Yeah, he just reset the market again.
He just reset the market. If you don't sign him for 15 now, it's going to cost you 20-25 in 2 years.
It's going to cost 2025 next year.
Or you got to hope that you pick up another James Cook in the second or third round.
I mean, and this is the problem with running backs getting their money. Is like, again, we just saw it with Saquon Barkley, and then like the Eagles like, well, we'll pay him, and then now the Eagles like, all right, well, let's scrap that up, and then we'll give you more money. It's like nobody wants to pay running backs because of
they will franchise you before anything. They'll
but I don't think they'll franchise.
That's what I mean. If they franchise it, it's going to cost them more money because Barkley just reset the market. So now you got two running backs getting 19 and 20 million. Those two running backs with the other top running backs is going to get you about $17 million. It's going to cost you $2 million more instead of doing it right now.
But most franchises, bro, and that's just real talk, bro. Most franchises, they'll be like, you know what? We'll franchise it for 2 years. At year 7, we would rather pay you extraordinary money for 2 years than to sign you to a long-term deal.
But see, that's where I'm not doing that, because that's going to cost you about $45 million. If you do this deal now, you're going to pay him about $5 million this year. I'm guessing he's going to get about a 4-year, $60 million deal, $15 million.
Dude, but most teams will let him. Most teams will let him.
About 35 to 40 million guaranteed. That's less money than you would have to pay guaranteed if you franchise them for 2 years. That's what I mean.
But most teams, they don't care about that. They'll pay you that 1 year.
That's stupid, though. That's not smart.
Most teams don't win. That is why most teams don't win.
Ask Cincinnati.
I was going to say, ask the Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals had
Cincinnati is about to lose out on everybody. They had a chance to lock up Jamar Chase before the market reset. They could
have got him 2 years ago.
They could have got him 2 years ago. They could have re-signed the defensive end. What, I forget his name. Higginson. My bad, fellas. Higginson. They could have done that a year or two ago. Now they're gonna lose him. Like, they're about to lose their core team because ownership is stupid. They didn't want to sign these guys.
Well, I mean, the Bengals ownership has been stupid. I mean, it's like they're one of the worst ownership groups like in sports. I mean, but it's just to bring it back to the Bills again. Like I said, like new stadium, new everything else, influx of money. It's like the Pagulas are billionaires. It's not like they broke. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I don't understand why. But this might be a deal where it might be a situation where Cook holds out for a new deal, and I don't see him being there when camp opens. I see him holding out for a new deal. I mean, and then I think they'll give it to him. And then I think I was gonna pull that same figure out that Barry did. Look, 460, give him 30-35 guaranteed. That's peanuts compared to what you pay him if you franchise him the next couple of years. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any good business sense to franchise him. Like,
but a lot of times these teams, they don't look at it like they don't want running backs getting to they 28, 29. Like,
you're
right. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say, and the dude probably frustrated the hell out of series. Najee Harris is a 25-year-old running back. The Steelers just let him walk.
Yeah. Because he wasn't worth what he was asking for.
But he was coming off. Say what you want to say. He's coming off 1,000-yard seasons.
He signed for 1 year, $9 million.
But I'm saying they literally let him walk. If he was 25 in the receiver, coming off back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, he locked up. If he was a quarterback, if he was a defensive end, he locked up.
Okay, let me ask you a question, and let's all be honest, right? Tell me how many games you saw Najee Harris actually impact in a winning way this past season with them 1,000 yards. See, you can't just say, okay, he was a 1,000-yard rusher. Bro, some of that's empty calories. Okay.
Ain't that your word, Larry?
I'd rather have a guy who gives me 800, but is helping me win games than a guy who's giving me 1,000 who's not impacting winning.
I mean, but can we all agree that the 1,000-yard rusher, that's not what it used to be?
And
that's not what it used to be.
It's not. It really isn't. It's smoke and mirrors in a what 17 game season now. Like how many yards is that per game now? That's about 70 yards.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
Yeah,
so,
that's not the plateau anymore. It's like
Dude,
it's 15. It's 1,500 now.
Okay, so
Good backs give you 1,500. Yeah.
Yeah, but let me just back it up a little bit. Okay, not using Najee Harris.
1250.
Not using Najee Harris. Chandler, excuse yourself because we 4 fantasy football players. Rico Dowd literally had acquired a good season last year. Rico Dowd rushed for over 1,000 yards, and you know what? The Cowboys see you, and that dude is like 23.
Yeah, but we can't use the Cowboys as a measuring stick. I mean,
I'm saying that he's a young running back. He's a young, good running back, and they literally said, "Okay, fine, see you as."
Because I think they can get Gentry from in the draft.
No. The Cowboys just signed a running back. They just signed
Williams from the
Devontae Williams.
Yeah,
Devontae Williams. He's better than Rico
$3 million.
And you see how the Broncos did him? They just like, okay, see the door. That's
but he was coming off a major injury. So that's a low risk, high reward signing, right?
But Devontae Williams is a good running back, and he's better than Rico Dowd.
But that's how.
Yeah, he's also coming off of injuries too. So
and that's why they got him.
He played a full complement of games last year.
Yeah,
but here's the deal: Najee Harris isn't a bad running back. $9 million isn't a hefty price tag to pay for a running back. The Steelers didn't build an offensive line, just like my Giants haven't built an offensive line.
But he also every season, Najee Harris, you don't even notice him until game 6. First 5 games.
Why do we just sign Kenneth Gainwell?
Okay, so let me just
turn it up.
Like Aaron said, let me keep it a buck, right, dude. Outside of 2 Hall of Fame running backs, Barkley and Henry, what other running back has gotten paid?
McCaffrey, $19 million.
Got paid.
You talking about another Hall of Fame running back?
Okay.
Yeah, but that's the running back market.
Running backs don't get paid. I mean, that's
we're just talking about James Cook. Running backs don't get paid. They don't. They don't. They will
$15 million.
Now, if you're the Buffalo Bills, you can't compare Najee Harris to James Cook.
James Cook it's a top 5 back this season,
and that's what I'm saying.
Isn't even top 5.
He's not a running back.
For half the time.
Yeah, Najee Harris wasn't even the best running back in Pittsburgh this year.
But I'm just saying, if you're not a running back who's literally, like you say, all world, teams are not going to be that quick to give you a long-term deal because they know they can replace your ass.
Right. That's I want you to take the Buffalo Bills to realize that they needed James Cook so that they could go further than it, so they could actually stop having Josh Allen throw 35 interceptions a game.
They still haven't realized it, Chandler. They still haven't realized it.
They did it until they went to Kansas City, back, full circle.
Yeah.
I mean, but
no, James Cook is worth that money. James Cook deserved. If the Bills were smart, they would sign him to the 4-year, $60 million deal, guarantee him $35 million,
especially with Kansas City having to basically retool this season. And we all, I think,
don't say retool. Don't say retool.
Don't say
retool. But how are you retooling? You letting their line that was shitty. You letting the guys go. They just let the tackle go.
Kansas City's rebuilding. So if I'm Buffalo, I pay James Cook because this coming season is my best chance.
Yeah, but
get the Super Bowl and get past the Chiefs before they go ahead and do what they always do after that off year and go back to the damn Super Bowl.
Here's the funny thing. The Buffalo Bills signed Ty Johnson, which is their 3rd running back. They signed Ty effing Johnson.
Oh, James Cook's gone then. They trade James Cook. He gone.
No,
Okay.
What running back in today's NFL don't literally have to beg for
Brandon Bean get James Cook up out of there for asking for that money?
I'm just saying, most running backs you're gonna have to beg for your money. They'll let you come off of another 1,500 yard season and still be like, you know what, we'll franchise them again. Like, real talk, dude. That's just the nature of the NFL. That's how they view it. They view running backs as expendable.
Larry, we're not disagreeing you. You're not wrong. But for the Bills, this is bad business.
Yeah, I see why they're doing it the way they're doing it, because that's just the nature of the league, bro.
That's why Buffalo's never won a Super Bowl. Bad business.
But yeah, it's for the Bill. I totally agree with you, Larry. That's how they do it. But the Bills are making a mistake. They're making
it's still a mistake. What do we agree? I think we all understand. This is how NFL teams view the running back. The running back, like you said, they have to sing for their supper, so to speak.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that it's good business.
Right.
It's bad business. But we understand that's what they do. Because tick tock, the closer these running backs get to that big 3-0, they become less and less valuable.
Yep.
So
the Chiefs, for all of the games that Clyde Edwards-Helaire missed, they kept bringing him back and giving him a little more money. They didn't give him huge money because he kept missing games, but they gave him enough so that, you know what I'm saying, he was satisfied with the checks he was getting. All right. And he couldn't stay on the damn field until finally they got tired of it. But if you notice, Kansas City will keep your ass as running back. They will keep you there, and they will give you enough to satisfy you, right? Because none of their running backs are world beaters, so they pay him commensurately. All James Cook is saying, pay me commensurately for what I do with this team. And it's funny how that works, that the teams that do that, the Kansas Cities, held the Green Bays with Aaron Jones for a while, and now they got Josh Jacobs. You know, those sort of teams wind up going deep in the playoffs every year. And the teams that say, we could just go get somebody else, don't have as long of runs, or they out in the first or second round.
Dude, and you know what? Another reason why I feel like they ain't paid him, dude, like Davis was actually pretty good. And they probably Davis was pretty good.
Which means that they're going to, I think it'd be dumb if they move on from James Cook.
I think they move on from him.
Davis was really good. And I know that they didn't really play him, but have y'all seen them preseason games? Gore Jr. was good. Gore Jr. He should have got the
Are we sitting here Davidson, these guys not playing James Cook because of Frank Gore Jr.?
No, I'm not saying not paying, and I'm saying not paying, but when it comes to the running back position, if you've seen it time and time again, they will have a really good running back and be like, oh, well, his backup is really good too. You know what? Let's let him walk, and we'll turn it over to the back.
He's connecting the dots. He's not saying it's right or wrong. He's connecting the dots.
Yeah, and that's
I think we all understand that because again, just like you see what just happened in Pittsburgh, you see it happen. We talk about the Cowboys. The Cowboys did that with Pollard. It's like, okay, we'll let him go, and then we got Rico Dow. You know, like teams do it all the time. But that doesn't mean that it's good business.
Breece Hall will not be a Jet after this coming season. Watch and see.
Yeah, because they'll be like, Allen is just as good. Allen is good when he plays.
When they should keep both of them because they still don't have a quarterback.
And like I said, they
just got Justin Fields.
Like I said, they still don't have a quarterback.
They just got Justin Fields.
I'm sorry. Am I speaking a foreign language?
They got their quarterback.
You are. You must still be in Dubai. You must be in Dubai by. No.
You got Jordan Travis over there. He's going to be starting next season.
Jordan Travis is not going to get a shot.
He's going to start next season.
Well, like I said, I hope you know the great Noel Hoke, Jordan Travis ain't scared of a little competition because again,
they're not going to give him a chance. They're not going to give him a chance, bro. This is Justin Fields' job. It's not an open competition. Come on. They gave him $30 million for one season. This is not an open competition.
I agree with you, CK. But here's the problem, okay? Justin Fields is going to New York with one weapon, a running back, and a bad offensive line.
Right.
Jordan Travis is going to see that film.
If he's healthy, because they jacked up his rehab.
Woody Johnson is still involved. And I told y'all, if Justin Fields wound up on the Jets, Woody Johnson fingerprints would be all over it because he's been trying to get Justin Fields for 3 years. 3 seasons, they've been trying to get Justin Fields in New York.
Garrett Wilson should be happy.
I mean, he got to get his Ohio State boy back.
Garrett Wilson should be happy. He's probably the happiest person in the building.
And I resent you saying they only have one weapon. Serious, they got Alan Lazard.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
There you go.
Great Alan Lazard.
There it is.
Hey man, they had 11 touchdowns.
Heaven and earth to get him and Randall Cobb. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just listen. I think the Jets haven't gotten the quarterback situation right since Chad Pennington was left in.
And then they got rid of Chad, and then started looking for a guy just like Chad. It's funny how
instead of just keeping Chad. So
yeah.
I listen. I know where you're going, CK. I want to hear you on this, but I think like I said in the chat, we talked about it today. I think it's a low risk, high reward for the Jets to get Justin Fields.
You could have got Joe Milton for a 4th round pick.
Listen, Chandler is Joe Milton's agent.
I'm just saying,
negotiating on his behalf.
All I'm saying is this: Joe Milton is more accurate than Justin Fields. I like Justin.
Daniel Jones is more accurate than Justin Fields.
I like Justin Fields.
Who just signed with the Colts?
Justin Fields is on the wrong team.
Well, I mean, look.
It's on the wrong team. Because this is New York, bro. Ain't nobody gonna want to hear he's not the savior. You know this and I know this. We can talk all we want about low risk, high reward. Okay. The first time he throws an interception in a 7-on-7 drill, okay, in mini camp, the sky's gonna be falling. That's what he's walking into.
Yeah.
But do you think Jet fans are smart enough to know that if you sign a quarterback to a 2-year deal, that he is possibly not your savior?
No. So Jet fans are stupid. That's why we're Jet fans. No.
That's how much.
Admitting you're stupid is the first step to recovery, man.
Yeah, I mean, but just like look,
that all the way.
Yeah, but here's something like in serious, slip this in here, and I want to actually talk about it a little bit. It's like, look, Anthony Richardson is going through a similar thing in Indianapolis.
Exactly.
Where it's like it's funny how like this relationship in Indy has like crumbled so quickly to where it's like I got some boots on the ground in Indy. I talked to my guys in Indy. The fan base is split. They don't know if Anthony Richardson is the guy.
They don't. They want to get out of there.
I don't think he ever was.
He's still learning how to play quarterback.
He's still learning.
That's
exactly.
The problem. That was the problem. Like we all sat here. I don't know if it was on this show or what have you when we were doing other shows. We all sat here and said everybody was enamored with the deep ball at the combine and didn't want to acknowledge the fact that this kid barely played 1 season in college. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know how to play football.
Exactly.
And then they did not develop this kid.
Nope.
Like it's like you rushed this kid in. You didn't let him compete for anybody. You rushed him in before the season started his rookie year. He got hurt. He was reckless, running the ball hard, all this stuff. And then you kept taking him out, putting him back in, taking him out. And then you're saying it's his fault. Let me bring in Daniel Jones to be your competition.
They have screwed this kid up. He's a poor man, Cam Newton.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. It's like,
but they like coach. They screwed him up during the evaluation. They screwed him up when they brought him in the building. They screwed him up his rookie year. They screwed him up his second year. They screwed them up. They screwed this up.
Well, I mean, it's the curse of Andrew Luck. You know, is pretty much again.
Right? He'd still be playing right now, right?
You know, look as a Texans fan, I'm glad they screwed this up. You know, because it's like Andrew Luck was knee deep in our ass every time we played the Colts. He was, Andrew Luck did that to a lot of people, but it's like they didn't do right by him. And it's like it's funny how it's like you had this generational talent at quarterback, and you let him get beat up so much. And he said, "You know what? I went to Stanford. I'm rich. I don't got to deal with this. I'm very smart. I'm out of here."
Yep.
He's 35. He's 35 years old. He would be like in his prime. He'd still be in his prime right now.
He's still being his prime.
They gave Daniel Jones starter money. Daniel Jones is the starter. This is not a competition, bro. Okay.
Wait, who?
Hear me out. Hear what I said.
The Colts. Do you feel like the Colts gave him starter? Gave him starter.
$14 million?
Hear me out. Compared to what you're paying Anthony Richardson, right?
Still on his rookie deal, though.
No, it's a great deal for the franchise. But if I gave you $14 million and he's only making $5 million, who's starting?
No, Richardson.
No. I understand what CK is saying. It's like that's not backup money. That's a little bit more than what you would pay a backup. What they paying Daniel Jones,
right?
So it's probably gonna be a. What do you think the average backup quarterback makes?
That's bridge starter money.
Bridge
starter money.
The bottom line is Daniel Jones' job, is my point.
I don't think it's Daniel Jones' job, but I think it's an open competition. I think when they go to camp, it's not like it's going to be like who's the best quarterback.
Yeah, Daniel Jones is making more money than Richardson because Richardson's making about $8 million a year on his rookie contract.
So if I'm paying you almost double what this dude is making, you're starting.
Sure.
It's like the open competition between Russ and Justin Fields. that wasn't open competition. It was Russ's job to lose.
Mm-hmm.
This
and
is
that's why,
Daniel
and that's why
Jones'
Fields
job
ain't in Pittsburgh no more.
right, but this is Daniel Jones' job to lose. And I think he will because Daniel Jones is a bum. But the problem is Anthony Richardson.
I think Anthony Richardson is a bigger bum.
Isn't much better.
Yeah. Daniel Jones can at least throw a ball decently
at people's feet.
Yes, to the team.
Well, no. Well, see, here's the thing, though. It's like, look,
for Daniel Jones or over his head for Anthony Richardson.
Well, look, the Colts are going to run the ball a whole lot anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just their MO. You know, so like Daniel Jones is going to be handing the ball off a whole lot, or whoever's the quarterback is going to be handing the ball off a whole lot. I mean, because that's just how the Colts are building their team moving forward. They have a good line. You know, they have a couple decent running backs, so they're going to run the ball a lot. So Daniel Jones is a guy where it's like, and I know Barry's not going to want to hear this, but for the Colts, it's like Daniel Jones isn't going to make the mistakes with the ball that Anthony Richardson does. You know, now Daniel Jones isn't great.
Yeah, well,
you know, he isn't great.
I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that.
He isn't great, but it's like he will. I would say he will make less mistakes. It's like he won't go out there and just try to like athlete his way around. You know, it's like Anthony Richardson.
I've watched him game in and game out though. Yeah, he will make just as much mistakes as Richardson will. Like he will.
But I don't think he'll be allowed to, because I think he's going to be. I think they're going to be very run heavy in Indy this year.
If that's the case, then I would just keep Richardson in, because I'm telling you, like, and this is not shade on Daniel Jones just because he was my quarterback for the last few years. I've seen this guy play quarterback. He cannot play quarterback. He is a one-read quarterback.
And Anthony Richardson is a one-read quarterback.
Yeah. If you're gonna do that, then I would have the younger talent that I'm paying $8 million.
The only difference between Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson is the color of the skin. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. I think
about Daniel Jones.
It is. I don't want to talk
Daniel
about
Jones tonight and Anthony Richardson. Meanwhile, Steve probably over here like, man, I'm about to go even grayer with these Texans and.
I'm not ready to talk about it. Like what happened with the Texans?
What are they doing, bro?
What happened with the Texans?
What happened?
Okay,
so what are they doing?
So what the Texans are doing is they're like, okay, so we have a glaring need on the offensive line. So how do you fix the offensive line? By making the defense better. We all know that. We all know if you want the offensive line to get better, you get the defense. You know, it's a tale as old as time. If your O line is bad, improve the defense. That's what you do.
I can't tell if you're serious or not. I really can't. I can't tell if you're fucking with us right now.
And you know what? I hear it so much here. People like, Nick has a plan. Nick knows what he's doing.
Nick we trust. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've heard that a million times over the last couple of days, and it's like the Texans, they keep signing defensive players. They look. Larry Tunsil was a tire fire at left tackle at times.
But I hear he's going to play guard here in Washington.
Probably, because that's where he snaps.
Probably,
but they could have saved it. You know what? They traded him their best offensive lineman to get those picks. And then
not even the second is not even this year.
But they didn't want to pay him, Larry. They didn't want to pay him, right? Coach, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. It's just because. But see, here's the thing, though, and what makes it even worse. And Larry, you know this is like they're freeing up this Tunsil money because they're gonna pay CJ. But then you're gonna have CJ making all this money, still running for his life.
Which means that
because he doesn't have a left tackle.
You can't build a team because you gave CJ the money when you had the time to build a team before you gave CJ the money, but you chose not to.
Look, like I said, I don't know who. I don't know who or what they're gonna do with these picks. But again, it's like this is the little bit of hope that I hold out. It's like Nick Cassera pulled off one of the greatest draft night heists of all time, you know, by getting CJ Stroud, doubling back, getting Will Anderson. It's like that's the only little bit of hope that with these picks, he got these picks from the Eagles with Gardner Jones. He got these picks from the Commanders. It's like what he does with these picks we'll see. I just find it funny that the Texans sent a bunch of picks to Miami to get Tunsil in Houston, and then now they sent Tunsil to DC and got a bunch of picks back. It's funny how this works out. Like what Larry Tunsil keeps getting traded for all these picks, and it's just like, is he worth all this? Whatever. But I don't know. It's just
Steve. What part irked me the most, and I get it. Green was bad. Green was horrible. But how in the hell do you get rid of Tunsil and Green, but you keep fucking Howard, who's the
you keep
worst,
Howard, you keep Titus, you keep Howard, who is just.
I can tell you why. I can tell you
why.
why. This man's cap hit is lethal. That's why you keep Titus Howard.
You should have never paid that dude.
I just don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand why they paid him in the first place.
Dude,
It's crazy. But again, like at the end of the day, the Texans are in a situation where they're in a division with the Colts we just talked about. The Jaguars, you talk about a team that who knows what the Jags are doing. I don't even think they know what they're doing. They got an owner who's more worried about his other football team than the football team in Jacksonville. And then you have the Titans, who the Titans like they lost so much in free agency and stuff like that. Vrabel is collecting all of his ex-Titans in New England, so it's just like,
Landry was a sneaky good. That was a good pickup.
Sneaky. Look, I'm gonna say this. Look, I'm gonna say two things real quick and then we can move on or whatever like that. And Chandler, cover your ears, okay? I'm gonna say some good things about the Bears, okay? Because I
pulled it out of him. I
love what the Bears have been doing.
I'm loving it too.
I like what they're doing.
Loving what the Bears have been doing, because the Bears are doing what the Texans should be doing. Let's protect our young quarterback, our young franchise quarterback. Let's protect him. So
they still need another receiver, though.
They still need another receiver.
That's
but
what pissed me off too. I'm like, dude, you sit up here and Tank ain't coming back this season.
No,
right?
You got Nico. Who the hell is you gonna go after Diggs coming off of ACL when you could have had DK or one of these other receivers?
Sir, they got Christian Kirk.
They got Kirk
from the aforementioned Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes.
Yeah, Christian Kirk to save the day. Yeah.
The man who single-handedly rewrote the receiver pocketbook.
Yep.
He got that deal, and all hell broke loose.
And he had 20 catches ever since then.
He $1 million for $1 million for every catch he has gotten.
Yep.
But and then I want to say one more thing, like the Patriots.
No, but the Bears, I like what they did in free agency.
The Bears and then the Patriots. The Patriots are making those little bitty moves that make a team better. They're not making any, and the Patriots still have so much money, under the cap. So it's like they're making these little moves to where it's like the Patriots will easily be better because they can't be any worse than they were last year. But I like their moves. They're spending good money, so to speak. They're not just trying to blow it all on this and that, and just they're kind of doing things the Patriot way, if you will. And then I think Vrabel is a big part of that. But they're like the Bears, man. The Bears they're doing unbear like things, Chandler.
Yeah. No, they are.
And where are they getting this money from? Where are they getting this money?
Rookie quarterback
last year.
I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but the old lady passed away.
Yeah.
And things are a little bit different already in Chicago.
That and the fact that they want the team to be successful so they can sell it, because the kids don't want the team.
They don't want the team at all.
They don't want
it at all.
But in order for you to sell the team and get the most for it, you want the team to be successful. You want to break ground on a new stadium. So when you sell this successful team with a brand new stadium, that is easily an extra $4 billion that you can add on to the price tag.
It'll be like the Miami Marlins, where it's like they wanted a new stadium, so they spent all their money in free agency, and then as soon as they got the new stadium, it was like goodbye, everybody.
That Florida does not deserve a baseball team at all. Miami or Tampa Bay, but we can talk about that another day. I mean, we ain't gonna get started on that. But
we can say that for another day. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Even Amon St. Brown is out there saying, "What the hell, man? The Bears getting every goddamn body." Ain't this?
You know what I'm saying? Is doing his job this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about Ben Johnson. I am unsure. I'm not saying good, bad, or I am unsure of him. Okay. I like the staff he's put around himself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I like what they're doing with the team. Yeah, they need a couple more weapons, but as currently constituted, if this dude can coach, right? If he really can be a head coach, not an offensive coach, not a quarterback coach, a head coach, this is a 9 to 10 win team right now.
In a really tough division too.
In a tough division too. I mean, yeah.
Hey, Steve,
you gotta give him credit because Ben Johnson knows, like, listen, I didn't have the greatest weapons. I had good weapons. I didn't have the best quarterback. I had a good quarterback. What made my team win? Offensive line. What do? Go get Dahlman, right? Sign him to a deal. I go get, on the defensive line. I get, Garrett, and they're putting pieces together. Tunley on at guard,
Tooney is huge.
Tooney,
pickup for them.
That's what I was saying. Like, how do you let how if you're the Chiefs, the best part of your line was guard, and you let him go. You let him, you trade him. Like, what are we doing? But like, you get Jonah Jackson. Now you got 3 offensive linemen in the building right away. Before the draft starts. So, I love what the Bears are doing. I agree with you, Coach.
I will say this, and you know what? That I like what the Bears have been doing, but that division is gonna be like that's gonna be bare knuckle fights out there.
Yeah, the NFC North will be a fight, boy. Yeah.
And I know they still ain't resolved their quarterback or who's gonna be the quarterback, but the Vikings, dude, on that defense, you added Jonathan Allen, bro, to that defense. Dude, that was big, bro. You added Freeze to that offensive line, bro. Like, they re-signed Aaron Jones back, man. Aaron Jones had a good season last year.
Aaron Jones had a good season, yes.
He was good for them. Like,
the question with the Vikings is very simple. Has JJ McCarthy learned how to throw the ball outside the numbers? Because he couldn't throw the ball outside the numbers.
It don't even matter.
He couldn't throw it accurately against air at the combine. Okay,
he got to get it in 18's vicinity.
That's what I'm about to say. Because check this out, Unc. We could say whatever we want. Kirk Cousins was a Pro Bowl quarterback. Yes. Sam Darnold was a Pro Bowl quarterback. What's the common denominator? Justin Jefferson.
They were both accurate passers. JJ McCarthy is not an accurate passer.
But they're not that good. They're good quarterbacks, but they're not that good. I could argue that Sam Darnold.
He was barely 62% in college, and he didn't throw that much.
No, but I'm saying you're not listening to what I'm saying. When you got Justin Jefferson you're throwing to, it makes the game a whole lot easier. It's gonna make it a lot easier.
Okay,
so that's why I agree with you. I dig what you're saying. If anything, I think I messaged you guys earlier. I really feel like the Vikings are gonna make a play for Aaron Rodgers.
Me too. I do too. I do too. They're gonna make the play.
They need to.
And then Aaron Rodgers can complete the Favre.
That's all I need.
The Favre tree.
It's so funny. I saw a report, Coach, that Rodgers said he had a very good meeting with the Giants. That's bullshit. You ain't had no. You trying to drive up the price so that you can go to the Vikings. Now you ain't fooling me. You know what I mean?
What are the Giants doing? Why are you waiting on a statue of Aaron Rodgers?
They're not. They know they're not getting them.
So then what? They're desperate. Already gotten. I'm gonna say this again, y'all. Yes, you know what? I don't even want no percentage at this point. Milton family, Joe Milton.
Dude, but you got to remember that. Do the Patriots even want to trade Joe Milton? I mean, they've never came out and said they want to trade that dude.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. Shane and Daboll are coaching and building a team for their life. Yeah, they can't do it on Joe Milton.
They can't put their jobs on the line for Joe Milton.
They can't do that.
Draft a young quarterback is the same thing. If management isn't going to extend them, you can't let them draft the quarterback, bro.
Well, if you have the young quarterback, that's the future. You can always sell the future that I got him and I'm developing him. I can't sell you on trading for Joe Milton. I can't put my house, my job, and my livelihood
you draft
on Joe
Cam Ward, who is a project, right? You draft Shedeur Sanders, who's not a project, but your offensive line sucks. You're in a division that you're going to come in last in again, so you're gonna lose your job no matter what. So if I'm gonna lose my job no matter what, I'm going down my way, which is I'm gonna go get the quarterback that I know is good, and I'm gonna ride with him. And you know what? Let you understand what I'm saying? That's what makes sense to me.
How do you know that's not what they're doing?
What do you mean? How do we know that Joe Milton is good?
This is how the Giants think.
Trust me, he's good. Go ahead, Sirius.
Yeah, but they don't. If they don't believe in Joe Milton, then why would I say I'm going to get the quarterback? Who says they believe in him?
Okay,
but y'all got to remember that you talking about the Patriots though. Remember they held on to Jimmy G for the longest because they was like, no, we're not giving him up. So who's to say that they would even
Tom Brady?
give up
Tom Brady went to go. Hey,
but I'm just saying, anytime they've had a really good backup quarterback, they've never just given them up.
I think if you offer them a fourth or a third for Joe Milton, I think
I don't think they would give him up. I think they would hold on to him long enough.
Chandler, I dig what you're saying, but is that going to excite the Giants fan base?
Bro, it's not about. Okay, you know what? Let me not say that. Here's what I'll say. I think winning games would excite your fan base.
Yeah, but see, this is what I mean. Like, you can't tell me that trading for Joe Milton is going to excite and win games when
I think Joe
like
Milton,
we just had that conversation with Justin Fields. You know what I mean? So
I've ever told you was not going to be good. Have they turned out to be good?
Chandler.
No, they haven't. No,
Chandler.
Every coach I told you was a bad coach. Did they turn out to be bad coaches? Yes, they have.
Okay, Chandler, let me ask you.
On paper, that's not
so
moving. If I'm Tish and Mara and Shane comes to me and said, "I got the solution to our problem. We're gonna trade for a backup quarterback in New England." You think that's gonna keep their job?
But here's the thing, though. Why would the Patriots want to trade Joe Milton anyway?
Because
why would the Patriots? Is Drake May? Okay. So Drake May is good enough to where like Joe Milton is expendable. Well, we can just put anybody behind Drake May.
No. You go get a veteran behind Drake May.
But they not gonna do that.
That's what I want to do in New York. I want a veteran behind Shedeur Sanders or in front of Shedeur Sanders. That's what I really want.
I just don't want.
I said it to you guys. I said it to you guys this morning. If I'm the Giants, I'm going after Jameis Winston. I'm going after him for the first 2 months of the season, and then I'm going to bring in Shedeur Sanders or Cam or whoever they decide to draft.
That's what I'm saying, though, Barry. They should have already done that, though.
Yeah, but you got to let the dominoes fall. You got to let the dominoes fall.
Dude, Jameis, you could sign Jameis now or later. It's going to be the same price, about $6 million.
No, no. Daniel Jones got 14. Jameson, he might want 13. Look, hey, I'm just saying, look. Hey.
Jameis ain't getting more than Jameis is not getting over 9, bro. He's not.
Dude, I don't think
Jameis, you don't think Jameis can get the same deal that Daniel Jones got?
No.
I think he can. No. I think
he can. 14 million? 14 million is nothing.
There's no way in hell I think anybody offers Jameis more than 10. Now, I think Jameis deserves more than 10.
I don't think so.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. What I said is what he'll be offered.
What was his last contract?
Teams might get desperate, man. You know, when you get desperate, hey, you're gonna pay that money.
What do you think? Serious. What do you think? What do you think Russell get?
And that what's called is real. That quarterback market is real.
Russell get 2 years, 26.
So that was 13. He's going to go down from 13. That's why I said 10.
Yeah, 26 per or 26 total?
26 total.
Ooh.
He's getting 10, bro. I told you he's getting 10.
I don't know about that. For a guy that's going to come in and start?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Only for a few games, like you said.
The only team that will overpay, that I really feel like would overpay, are the Tennessee Titans. Because that's the most undesirable out of the three. Because for Minnesota, New York, Pittsburgh, and Tennessee. I think out of all most undesirable was Tennessee.
His last deal was 5 years, 242 from the Denver Broncos. He just got done paying that. Okay.
Who we talking about, Russ or James?
Yeah.
Russ.
Okay.
Oh, Russ. Okay. Russ ain't gonna get signed, bro.
Russ is getting signed.
He's getting signed. Yeah, he's getting signed.
Russ is getting signed.
I don't.
He'll get signed.
By who?
It's just a matter of where.
It's either going to be Pittsburgh or he may end up going to the
New York.
Yeah, I think it's Pittsburgh. I think it's Pittsburgh or Tennessee. I think those are his two options.
I don't think Pittsburgh wants him back, and I don't think
they better get somebody here to play quarterback. They better get somebody.
I think I'm joking. I think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers. Nobody can find me.
I think the Steelers are on the Aaron Rodgers train.
We need to get off that.
I think the Giants are going to go get some veteran, Jameis, Marksman, somebody as a placeholder for who they draft. And I think the Titans are going to do something extremely stupid at the quarterback position.
As long as the Giants don't trade up to number 1, because they can't do that. They cannot do that.
Well, I don't think you're going to have. I mean, you're going to have your pick of Cam Ward or Shador.
I don't think they can't do that. They need players. You cannot give up draft capital to get the number 1 pick. That's not going to work. The Giants, they've made some good signings in this offseason on defense. I think Colin, you guys mentioned some really good signings. The Giants need depth. They need players. You cannot trade picks to get this player.
Bear, you know what I'm going to say?
One, but serious.
I'm not saying that they'll do it.
Who do you want?
When you got to go get your guy, and you don't have that number 1 pick, you know what that means?
Yeah, but their guy should be Shador, and he'll be there at 3.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's to say somebody else gonna trade up to number 1?
Sliding to 7.
It's possible that team will jump up to number 1. It's very, very possible.
But everybody's on the Cam Ward train.
Wait. All the teams that were possibly going to jump up are out of the mix now.
You never know. Like I say, you never know. I would never take a chance. I would never take a chance.
Well, I mean, let's keep it a whole thing. Let's keep it a whole thing. The Seattle Seahawks just went and got Sam Darnold.
Yep.
Okay,
so they're not going to jump up.
So they paid him for 3 years. The Raiders went and got Geno.
You can get out of that Geno contract, though. You can get out of that Geno.
3 years.
Hold
on a second. Let me see who else will need a quarterback.
The Jets could possibly jump up, but I don't think
they don't need to. They got Justin Fields.
I don't see them doing that. Yeah,
I don't see the Jets doing that.
But if you think, hold on. If the Jets, that's what I mean. The Jets don't need to jump up to get a quarterback. But if Shador fell,
the Giants they would drop either. But see, here's the thing, and I think this is what Larry's talking about.
Browns.
Everybody's on the Cam Ward train, right? And he's saying they can jump. I don't think Cam Ward is the pick. But I think he's going to be the pick, unfortunately, because I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready.
But Sirius just said it. It's like I think the team to watch out for is the Browns. They're the only team that I can fathom saying, "Okay, let's do this. Let's jump up. Let's go. Let's
go 1 pick."
The Browns
that would be the stupidest thing they could do because
it's the Browns. It's the Browns.
They just traded for Kenny Pickett.
That's right. Kenny Pickett. Well, take the Browns off the board. Kenny Pickett. Take the Browns off the board because Kenny Pickett's going to be running the show.
But you know what I will say?
The glove man is back. The glove man is back.
Barry, I'm gonna say it like this, right? And I know you say you don't want the Giants to move up to go get him, right? But let's just say hypothetically, the Titans, because they are moving to 3, don't want a lot. They say we'll take the 3rd and some other pick and move back 2 slots, and we won't. Sirius's boy from Penn State. If you're not giving up a lot to move up to 1, I see him doing it. I don't see him giving up a haul to move up 2 slots, but to give up 3 and some other pick, I have no problem.
But not a team that needs depth like the Giants. That's a bad deal for them to do that.
Yeah,
that's a bad deal. Like I really think they need to be patient.
Same for another team to keep an eye on.
But to secure your quarterback, you won't.
Yeah,
it's better to have 1 and nobody else can get him than to take a chance and somebody pulling a stunt.
If the rumors are true, the kid from Ole Miss is just as good. Why?
Jackson Dart, stop it!
Stop. Look.
No, listen. I don't listen.
As the number one Ole Miss fan on this show, Jackson Dart's the truth. Y'all gonna get up off of Jackson.
I don't believe that
he's quarterbacks in Lane Kiffin's system be amazing, and once they leave that system, not be even remotely good.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Jackson
but I'm saying
Dart,
like
before
if
he
I'm
got the Lane Kiffin system, what was he? What was he?
nobody. But here's the deal. Like, do I really need to trade up if I can just fall back and get him in the second round? Why not?
You could trade down and get Jackson Dart.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So to me, I really feel like Sirius's boy, the linebacker from Penn State, is the number. Huh?
Abdul Carter.
Yeah, I mean, he's the pick. He's the pick.
Carter's the number one pick to me.
I don't the number one pick, by the way.
The quarterbacks are good. They're not great. I think Carter's the best player in this draft, especially moving Landry
over Travis Hunter.
Exactly. I was going to say that. I was like the tea leaves are on the. We can see this. It's like not moving Landry, but Landry. It's like they have a big Abdul Carter size hole. In their defense.
That he can fill, right?
Yeah.
And then if that goes to plan, which it should, I don't know if it will.
You can have your pick of Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, or Travis Hunter.
There you go. There you go. And honestly, to me, I'm in Chandler's camp. I want Sanders, but if I got stuck with Cam Ward, I'm not disappointed.
But
exactly. Yeah.
As a Giant fan, do you want a lame duck coach rushing a kid that's not ready onto the field? I'm talking about Cam Ward. I'm talking about Cam Ward. Yeah,
I don't have a lame duck coach.
Yeah, you do.
Brian Daboll, bro. We just sat up here talking
He's not a lame duck coach.
He's not a lame duck coach. You don't win coach of the year and you're a lame duck coach. Stop.
Bro, if they don't win, they're going to get fired.
Yeah, but all right, fine.
That's a lame duck coach. Okay. How is that not a lame duck coach?
I think your definition of a lame duck coach is different.
I said that Matt Eberflus was going to get fired if the Bears didn't win with Caleb Williams.
What's the definition?
Where's Matt Eberflus right now? He's a defensive coordinator for somebody, bro. You can't have a coach in the last year of his deal, drafting a rookie quarterback because he's coaching to win, not to develop.
Well, I mean, a lame duck coach, by my definition, is like, I mean, I might be wrong, but I feel like, look, his quarterback was hurt and stuff like that, but I feel like McDaniel down in Miami. It's like, if something doesn't shake with this Dolphins team, he's a guy that might be coaching his left, might be on his left.
But guys, you got to use better terminology. That's not the definition of a lame duck coach. Okay, McCarthy. Hang on. No, McCarthy last year was a lame duck coach because he was on the last year of his contract. That's a lame duck coach.
No, that's not.
That's not what Brian Daboll is.
No,
that's not what he is.
Are going to be fired, and everybody knows that if you don't win, you're a lame duck coach, bro.
No. Then that's a different definition. I just want you to use the right terminology.
He's on the
lame duck coach.
Is that who you want drafting a rookie quarterback?
He's on the hot seat. That is the correct terminology.
Lame duck coach.
And really, Chandler, I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me tell you.
Hold on, hang on, because he asked the question, right?
Quick, and I want to say this to Chandler, bro.
All right.
You, regardless of if your coach is on his last year, fifth year, third, whatever the hell the case may be, as a franchise, you draft the fucking quarterback, bro. Don't matter.
Okay.
It don't matter. You draft the quarterback.
It worked out that when the coach,
it don't matter. You draft the quarterback.
When the coach knew he was going to get fired, how often has it worked out when you let him draft a rookie that season went well?
But you never passed up the generational talent.
Progress of the player. I'm worried about the player. I don't give a damn about the franchise. I'm worried about the player.
You're wrong. He's not on. He's on the hot seat, but it's not like this is your last year and that's it. That's not. He has the vote of confidence. He spun it that I can get my quarterback.
Wait,
that's how he spun it.
I'll go even further. Okay. If you drafted in the top 10,
when he gets fired at the end of the season, we'll revisit this. How's that?
If you drafted in the top 10,
I honestly think Joe Shane will get fired before Brian Daboll.
Thank you. I was just about to say that. I was Daboll getting fired. It's going
to be Shane first. Brian Daboll can coach. He won Coach of the Year. It's not a mistake.
Okay, y'all told me Matt Eberflus wasn't getting fired. Okay.
I never said that.
Again?
No. I think we all was like Eberflus
wasn't going to get fired.
How many Coach of the Years did Eberflus win?
Serious. When I said it was a bad idea for Taylor Williams to beat Chicago, did I not get argued down?
You did.
Yes, you did.
Get argued down?
You did. But here's the deal. This is why you're wrong, because Eberflus didn't go to the playoffs. Eberflus didn't win Coach of the Year.
Oh my God! I said he would get fired if he didn't win. You argued me down.
But no,
I said he would get fired if he didn't win.
I'm not. You're comparing Eberflus to
because it's the same situation. A guy that'll get fired.
Brian Daboll went to the playoffs and he won Coach of the Year. He gets the benefit of that doubt. He gets to pick his quarterback. He gets to develop it. He gets to try to develop his quarterback.
Barry
Eberflus was a lame duck coach.
Eberflus never won. Eberflus never won.
Okay, it doesn't matter. If he didn't win, he was going to get fired. If Daboll doesn't win, he's going to get fired. You cannot believe that all you want, Barry, but those are the facts.
Yeah, but Chandler, I'm telling you, like, you don't pass up on the talent because of the situation.
I'm not saying that you do, Larry. That's not what I said. What I said was, if he doesn't win, and I said for the player, that's a bad situation because it retards their progress.
That is not what you
said. If you let him draft this quarterback, extend the damn coach.
Well, they'll get to that point, but you don't not draft the player because you got.
I didn't say not to draft him. I said,
you don't need to extend him. He's on the fourth year of a 5-year deal.
Oh
He's got 2 years left. You don't need to extend him right now.
He's getting fired, Barry. He's getting fired if they draft Cam Ward.
Okay, fine, great. All right, then we'll be right back where we started.
Yes, you will.
Man, look, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and get the elephant out of the room because we already, getting late in the day. Let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and start talking about my Niners, man. We've been talking about it all goddamn day.
I'm talking about the damn Niners.
I want to talk about the Niners. Chandler want to argue with me about my Giants all the time because I'm not.
Argue with me about the Knicks, bro.
Wait, I don't argue about you with the Knicks.
You do?
I give a shit about no Knicks.
I'm a Knicks fan. What the hell are you talking about?
Man, we almost made it a whole show without talking about the Knicks. Damn.
We are the New York Knicks. We are the Knicks. How do I argue about you?
For 2 hours and 58 minutes with 10 minutes of Rocket talk and no Knicks talk. And you had to break.
Shut up. Haters. Listen, I don't argue with you about the Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan.
The Niners are rebuilding, Larry.
According to Chandler, I'm not allowed to be a Knicks fan.
I mean, I'm gonna like this. According to Chandler, I guess Kyle's on the hot seat too.
No,
he's a lame duck.
No,
he's a lame duck.
But no, he's not.
A lame duck coach. Every coach is a lame duck. Like,
yeah, he's a lame duck.
The definition of lame duck is you don't have the right definition.
I don't care about lame duck.
Listen, I am letting Brian Daboll pick the coach because the quarterback because the quarterback he wanted last year is a generational talent. That's the one he wanted.
He's in DC.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one he wanted. And that would have been the right pickup. So I'm going to let him pick his quarterback, and I'm going to let him develop him because he's shown that he can develop quarterbacks. Ask Josh Allen.
Okay, that sounds great. That sounds great.
And the 49ers are in a rebuild. They need to get younger. They got all these players that are old. They got to trade them off, and they got to. I mean, I'm sad to see the fullback go, but the players got to go. You got to get younger. You got to build smart through the draft like the Eagles did. It worked for them. They gone to the Super Bowl. That's what the 49ers are doing. They missed the window. That's it. I love you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, look.
Chandler trying to give me a heart attack.
Look, John Lynch.
You're defending a bum.
Larry, look.
He's a bum. You didn't mean a bum. You meant to say he's a clown. He's a clown. He's a
clown. Larry.
Hey man, me and Steve trying to have a conversation over here about this.
Larry,
I want to hear what Steve got to say.
Larry, I'm gonna say this.
Steve. Go ahead, Steve.
Here's the thing. This is John Lynch's his legacy's on the line with this. Because this is a turning point for the 49ers organization.
That's true.
Because this window, that little window, it's over. Okay. He built that up, and then you had your window, and then that window is closed. And then now it's like, okay, John, you had a lot of that talent already there, and then you kind of build it and you added pieces. Now it's like, okay, what can John Lynch do to build this back up? Because boy, it is tough times ahead for the Niners.
It was bad, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's tough times ahead for the Niners, but it's not like they're in a division where there's some world beaters in that division. The NFC West is not like what it
You got
used to
the
be.
Rams that's going to run away with it probably.
But we
Okay,
always
yeah,
split with them. We always split with them.
yeah. It's like the 49ers and the Rams always play tough. And I mean, you have the Cardinals, who Cardinals have made
They
a
are whipping
couple of
boy.
good. Yeah,
couple good moves.
They made a couple good moves, and then you have the Seahawks, who
We don't know what they're doing.
who knows what's going on in Seattle.
If
It's
you
just
have
like
a friend that's a Seahawks fan, check on your friend.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing.
Thanks for DK, by the way.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The 49ers have draft capital. They have a little bit of money. Like the 49ers, it's like as bad as it seems now, the 49ers can turn this thing around very quickly. And Larry knows that more than anybody here sitting on the panel. It's like I know 49ers fans other than Larry, and they're like, look, this shit sucks. But man, look, if they play their cards right, this could turn around and this could go back this could swing on the other side quicker than people think.
About a year.
Next season. Yeah, this year's a rebuilding year.
It could be this year, could be a tough year, and the Niners can be right back making money like next season.
That's
so
all
it's
we
like
said all day,
we'll
Larry,
see.
was that they're rebuilding this year.
I don't think
next year they'll be good.
So this is the real talk. If even last year watching the games, all the injuries, they still played hard. They still won games. So even with
did they win?
No, I'm saying that they won games because think about it. CMC was hurt from day one. They still won games. They played hard. Kyle had them playing hard, right?
Okay.
I'm a Niners fan, bro, and I'm just to tell you real talk.
Nobody said about effort. Nobody said anything about effort or anything like that. What we said was this year is a rebuilding year.
But this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell you. For the guys that play fantasy over here, Chandler, because you don't play fantasy.
I play fantasy football. Stop saying that.
How many waivers?
You don't play no damn fantasy football.
Look,
I do. I just don't do that nonsense. Y'all do pay money for it. I'm smart.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep it real because I feel like fantasy will tell you the truth about some players, right? How many people ran to get Jonathan Garindo?
I did.
Garindo was that dude is lightning in the bottle, bro. Real talk. How many people went and got Juwan Jennings?
I had him too.
And I said,
Jennings was clutch for me.
I had him. I texted you. I had him, and I left him on my bench for 2 games. I told you.
How many people had Kittle on it? Kittle was the number one fantasy.
I had all 49ers on my team.
Kittle.
It's Chandler. This is the Chandler Niners.
Kittle.
That was the name of his team, the Chandler Niners.
Yeah, I hated seeing Hufanga leave, but you know who else is just like Hufanga?
Who?
Mustafa. Who's a Ram, a battering Ram. You know who else is really good? Jair Brown. Jair Brown is really good. And
So
Barry, we 49. Remember, we Seminole fans. Green, he stepped in when Ward was out and played really, really good. Lenore's still there. Bosa's still there. I always mess his name up. The guy with the hyphenated name that we got from the Titans. He was really good on the D-line. Like I said, it's still a lot of talent on that team. Pooney was on the rookie on the all-pro rookie team. Pooney came in at guard. Like, dude, it's still Brunson is still there. Dude, it's still a lot of really good pieces on that team. I don't see them as when people thinking we're gonna have another 6-9 season. And I get it. If people are hurt, maybe so.
8-11.
No, I think we'll probably be above 500 team.
Too many games. What? 8-9? 8-9.
No, I think it'll be above 500 team, dude. And like real talk, Chandler.
Okay.
Go back and I want you to go back and look at the last 4 games that Pearsall actually played. I get it. He had health injuries. Look at his last 4 games. And tell me he can't replace what Debo did.
Yeah, I think
didn't have health injuries. He got fucking shot.
He got shot. That was his fault.
He got injured in college, though. I'm saying he got injured.
Someone shot me. Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Is that this season is not going to be a great season, but
No,
you're
it's
set
not.
up for the following year to get back on track. Why won't you just admit that? Why won't you admit that?
No, I think it'll be good, but think about it. When you fall off the mountain, bro, and you fall to the cliff, that don't mean to the hill. That don't mean you done fell off the cliff.
Larry.
No, you're a 9-win team.
Is your team a Super Bowl contender this year?
You're not.
You're
not
8-9-9.
Larry, it's okay, Larry. You're a 9-win team, but you're building back up.
I think they'll be a winning team, bro. I don't think
look. Sirius know all about this. 9-8, winning season, baby.
Winning season,
yeah. That's the difference. You're a 9-win team coming into this season. Don't get stuck there like the Steelers are. No disrespect.
Yeah.
I don't disrespect. But don't get stuck there. You got to build.
Who's to say they won't get stuck there? Because who's to say that Brock Purdy, without an all-star team around him, can get them to 11, 12, 13?
What did he lose?
You're gonna find out really quick.
Debo. He only lost Debo.
He's about to lose Brandon too, right?
Are you about to be gone?
But is he on the team? Is he on the team as of this day?
No, I'm asking you. Like,
is Brandon Ayuk on the team as of today?
What do you do not tackle?
Huh?
What do you not left tackle?
Trent's coming back.
No, the hell he's not.
He's 8,000 years old, bro. Stop it.
And he's still the best left tackle in the league.
But you let his heir apparent go. I didn't like that.
But he's 1 year older.
He's still the best left tackle in the league.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
I just don't like letting the heir apparent go. I feel like y'all should have kept him.
Yeah,
I feel like there's something. Yeah.
But like I said, we might replace him in the draft. The next 2 years, the Niners going to probably be sitting on 23, 24 draft picks.
So
they got the capital. They're going to have the money. It's going to be crazy.
They will not be a Super Bowl contender.
I get that they may not be a Super Bowl contender, but you acting like they're going to be in the dumps, and they not.
Say it.
They're not going to be in the dumps.
They're going to be in the dumps.
They're not going to be in the dumps.
You're not a Super Bowl contender. Say these words for me, Larry.
They're a Super Bowl contender every year to me. I'm never going to tell you ever.
Okay, all right, Larry. Let's keep it real. Are you going to be better than the Eagles?
Dude, look at the measuring stick, bro.
Answer the question.
I'm asking you.
Yes or no. Are going to take a step back.
Are you going to be better than the Eagles?
I think the Eagles are going to take a little bit of a step back. They have more talent.
Larry, I'm asking you, are the 49ers going to be better than the Eagles? Yes or no?
I'm going to say it's a toss-up.
Dude, yes or no?
I'm not going to continue this conversation.
No.
Continue this.
Good night, everybody. Good
night.
Let's go home.
You're not going to be better than the Eagles. You're not going to be better than the Lions. You're not going to be better than.
But look at how much the Eagles have lost.
You're not going to be better than the Vikings. You're probably not going to be better than the Packers. That's 5 teams right there, right?
The Eagles have lost a lot.
Bro. I think you're on the same level with the Rams. I think the Rams might be slightly better, because I do like them getting Adams. We didn't get a chance to talk about that. I do like that move and bringing back Stafford with the young defense, a really good young defense. And
who expected the Rams to do what they did last season?
So this is what I mean. I really think the Niners are a 7 seed at best, and I think they're a 9-win team. I think if it falls right, they can get into the playoffs at a 9-win team, but don't fall into that trap of being a 9-win playoff team.
No, we're not going to settle for that. Not with all these draft picks.
So you're saying you're not Super Bowl contenders, right?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, dude.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And plus saying that, I mean, again,
I'm gonna put it like this: the last time we were in the playoffs, did the Lions beat us? No. The last time we played the Eagles, they beat us with no quarterback. I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm just saying is that there's still a lot of talent on that team to win games, and who knows? Who knows if the Washington is going to be healthy? Who knows that? So it's
only the shadow knows, Larry.
They're not better than the Commanders right now.
It's a lot of talent on that team. I don't know, because that's time I checked, that Redskins, well, whatever you want to call them, Commanders, their defense couldn't stop nobody.
Yet they still got the NFC Championship game, and you guys didn't make the playoff.
And all they did this offseason is upgrade.
And we had a whole lot of injuries too. So, like I
everybody has injuries.
We'll see. Yo, I'm getting out of here.
It's been a motherfucker over here losing games.
It's been a great show.
Everybody over here doing cartwheels and shit.
It's been a great show. I'm not doing this with y'all anymore.
Look, while y'all two over here talking crap, and like I told Sirius, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Like I told Sirius, you don't even have no quarterback, bro. What are y'all gonna do about a quarterback? Y'all don't have
the Niners are rebuilding.
The Giants actually have a signed quarterback, and the Steelers don't.
Okay.
Who would be the starter right now if they went into camp?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Who would be the starter?
It's been a great show, gentlemen, man.
Who would be the starter, bro?
I love doing this show with you knuckleheads, man. Steve, you know what to do. Give me a plug in the close while you shut it down, Bob.
All right, man. Like once again, wonderful, little bit long this week show. So I'm gonna make this quick. If you see the link, share the link. We all over the place, all over social media. Stay on the lookout for all kind of content from all the execs here, and please remember that God is good
all the time.
Make sure to drink your water. Stay hydrated out there, everybody. Make sure you got your water, and then of course, get them dubs up. Wu-Tang is for the children. Check y'all later.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Coach, for coming by and kicking with us, man. CK, man, you know what to do, my guy. Give me a plug in the close up and shut it down, big homie.
988 option 1. 22 veterans commit suicide a day. We got to get that number down. Tough right now, but we'll get through it somehow by laughing and having fun with each other. Call the number, option 1. You ain't got to wait till you get to the end of the rope. You'll be in the middle of the rope. Pick up the phone. And when you call, Larry's going to answer, and you can tell him that the Niners are rebuilding, and you can tell Barry that Davo's getting fired.
I'm smiling at that dude so freaking much. Larry, you know what to do, my guy.
Man, he's a fucking asshole, man. But he's my kind of asshole.
Anybody talk shit about Chandler, I'm gonna kick their ass.
Yeah, man.
Hey, my guy, you got that alone. You belong up.
Hey, man, look, all I'm gonna say is, man, you know what? When you a Jets fan, you got plenty of free time to talk about everybody else's team. you got ample time, man. Look, hey. Probably turned off for many a games. It was like, man, you know what? Let me go see what these Giants doing. Oh man, the Steelers on. Let me go see what's on that game. You know, you get a little late. You might be like, yeah, let me catch this Niners game. You turned off them Jets in the first quarter. But yeah, man, man, it's always a pleasure to do this. Like I say, y'all guys, man, that, like Steve said, we got more stuff coming down the woodworks. You know, it's coming down the pipe. We're gonna keep this momentum going. Barry's back with us, man.
Sure.
Hey, Barry's back with us, man. I got another fellow, that guy that wears that gold and purple, agree with me. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, man, always good, man. You know, y'all let's keep this moving, and let's I think everybody else has said what need to be done. I'm out.
Yeah, sir. I had big dog pleasure doing a show with you this evening. My man, 100 grand is back in the building. Villain, welcome back, my guy. You know what to do.
Yeah, man. Thank you, everybody, for whatever you said. If you said, "I hope you get better," or "fuck that nigga," or whatever you said, I appreciate it. Just get my strength back. It's a little sore, but we good, man. Happy to be back on the show. Listen, a lot of people like what we're doing, so just let people know what we're doing. And all I can say is get the definition of a lame duck coach right. Oh, God damn it. I love you. All right.
Man, it's your boy Sears repping that 412 and the 703, man. It's such a privilege and absolute pleasure doing this show with these gentlemen every week. As they alluded to, be on the lookout for some stuff coming down the pike, man. We have a new wrestling show that's going to debut next week. Looking forward to doing that every other week with the fellas and the ladies. Also, speaking of the wrestling show, sometime in May, we're going to do a women's only show. The Queen Stacy's going to host that. And she's going to get the ladies together and talk about wrestling. We got some other stuff coming down the pike. NFL draft will be here. So breaking news will be back with us. We got baseball conversation coming up. I do want to get Chandler and Larry on their own little jump off. So them two guys can go at it, man. Listen, there's a lot of stuff coming down the pike, man, and definitely want to take everybody along for the ride, man. Shout out to my friends over at Nonsense of Deep Thoughts, my man Aaron, Justin, Corey, those guys, my homeboy Jared for helping me with everything as far as the technological stuff about it, man. I say this every show, and I mean it more so now than ever. God is good, although sometimes people aren't. With that being said, God bless. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.